Real quick, this was filmed after the episode you're about to watch. This story was fucking insane so much that we had to sit back down and retell it. We're just going to drop it in somewhere in the beginning. This shit is wild. So if you watch the rest of the podcast, we hadn't heard this yet. This is insane. Okay, real quick. Sarnage, please, if you don't mind, start this story over.
What the fuck? This is one of the few, we've never done this where it's like everything's ended and we just sat back down, put in all the cards. Go.
So please.
Okay, so I'm going to retell the story I was telling these guys. This is a true story about how I met a cannibal in the Air Force and almost became on the menu. So I will start from the very beginning.
Please do.
All right, here we go. So for all the veterans out there, everybody who's in boot camp, whatever branch you're in, everybody had that one guy that just blended in. You never knew his name. You never even knew he existed, but he was there, right? He never got smoked, never got yelled at, but dude was always there, right?
You're Jeffrey Dahmer, if you will.
Yes. So I'm going to change names for obvious reasons. This guy, I'm going to call him Hannibal, okay, for obvious reasons. So Hannibal, in my boot camp, was there, existed. And every time I saw this guy, he had his BCGs on. If you guys don't know what those are, birth control goggles. He always had those on, and he always stood and had his head kind of turned with a little smile on his face, right? So every time I saw him, that's who I saw, right? Never got yelled at, always blended in. So we graduate boot camp, and at Lackland Air Force Base for security forces training, we just go to the other side of the base. So they all shipped us up, and I noticed he was going to security forces with me. So I was like, okay, I noticed him, right? I just noticed him again. We go to the other side of the base, and again, through security forces training, I never saw him talking to anybody, never saw him hanging out with anybody, never got yelled at, never got in trouble. Dude just existed, right? Never even heard him speak. We graduate security forces training, and again, they divide us all up because they're shipping people all over to bases all around the world. So me and him were going to, I don't think I'm going to say the base. We were going to the same base together. And
but it was just you two, yeah.
It was just two of us. So I, for the first time, speak to him, and I'm like, hello, Hannibal, I'm Jacob. Nice to meet you. Since we're going to be together, I'm fresh out of high school, just left my parents, and, I'd be good to know that somebody has my back. Can we want to have dinner, get to know each other, hang out? And he's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we went and got Texas Roadhouse. As we sat down, the waitress walked up and was like, what can I get you guys? And she starts with Hannibal. And Hannibal goes, yes, I would like to have a steak raw, please. And I was like,
Red flag, number one.
Not rare.
Oh, man.
This is not rare.
Not a 2-second steak.
He wants
Raw.
Not even cold blue or blue still, whatever it is. Raw.
And I've heard of old timers and places before where they eat raw beef. So I was like, weird, but I've heard of it before, but weird. I was
Japan
like, okay.
and it's fish.
and she's like, well, sir, we can't give you a raw steak. That's not legal. But and he's like, well, how raw can you make it? And she's like, we can sear it on both sides. How about that? And he's like, that sounds good. What can I get you? And I was like, well, I'll definitely have a cooked steak, please. Medium rare. And then she leaves, and I was like, okay, this is weird. And then we continue small talk, getting to know each other. Fast forward. Now we're at the base together, right? We're going through something called First Time Airman's Course. And that's where they're like, hey, if you get sick, this is where you go. And if you have financial problems, this is where you go. And it's basically teaching you how to maneuver around
How to
around
exist
base.
in the Air Force.
Exactly, yeah. Right. So I started noticing these red flags because I'm spending every day with this guy, right? And another big red flag that came up was we were in the BX, and he just walks up to me and goes, hey, I'm hungry. Do you have anything? And I'm just like, sorry, man. Don't have any food on me. He's like, do you have any dip? I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. I pull up my Copenhagen, pack it, crack it open. And he grabs a big 3-finger pinch, puts it on his tongue, and just swallows it. And I'm just like, whoa, bro, that's hardcore. I never thought about eating dip when I was hungry. Interesting.
Continue.
Yeah.
Right?
I was just like, okay, all right, right on, man.
Mind blowing.
So that same day, do you guys remember the Spike energy drink?
Yeah.
Remember how crazy it is? This dude bought a 6-pack of that and drank it all. I don't even know how that's possible. So this dude was something else. Yeah, this dude was like just
built different.
Bro. Yeah, he was built different, right?
Yeah, built broken.
Yeah.
Fast forwarding some time now, right? Now we're working together. We're on the same shift. I'm the only one with a car. I'm driving him from the barracks or the dorms to work and back and forth. I'm literally spending every minute with this dude besides going to our rooms, right? So I meet him out at the smoke pit after work day once, and he's out there, and he would sit there facing the mountains, right? And he would just stare at there while people would come around, hang out, talk, and smoke. He would just be staring at the mountains. And he would have like 5 or 6 packs of cigarettes just laid out in front of him.
Like not individual cigarettes, like packs of
Packs of cigarettes, yes. And he would sit there and just smoke them until they were all gone. Like he would go pack, pack, pack. He'd be out there all night just smoking, staring at the mountains. And I walked up, I sat down, I was like, hey man, can I get one of your cigarettes? He's like, yeah, sure, here you go. Gives me a cigarette. I'm sitting there, we're smoking, hanging out. I'm like, so, we got a 3-day weekend, man. You got anything exciting playing? You gonna do anything? He's like, well, I was thinking about going into town, finding a homeless person, killing him, taking out all of his organs, and I think I'm going to stack them into like a pyramid, and it's gonna be like art. And then I think I'm gonna eat him. And I'm like, yeah, all right, man, sounds good. And I just go inside. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, is he joking or is he? I don't know. Like, I can't tell.
That's the one when you fucking that barracks door closes it and you're like, was he fucking with me?
That
And you like you
deadpan,
do
like-
this like through the window. You just like
yes,
just peek, and he's still just.
smoking out there.
yeah.
And he looks at you through the window, and you're like, "Oh, he's seen me."
Oh,
What the fuck?
I couldn't read this guy. Like, he was just so weird. I couldn't read him. Like, I don't know if he's joking or serious, whatever. Fast forward again. We meet back at the smoke pit. He's out there smoking, doing his thing with all of his packs of cigarettes. I'm like, hey man, can I get one of your cigarettes? He's like, here you go. Hey, how do you feel about the orders to Iraq? Because we got orders to Iraq, right? And we're going to be deploying together. And I'm like, how do you feel about that, man? Like, you cool? You nervous? And he's just like, well, I can't wait to get to Iraq and kill my first Iraqi and then make some jerky out of him. I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, have a good night, man. And I'm going to go back inside. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this dude is so fucking weird. Like, what the hell? He might be serious. I don't know.
I love how you just kept giving him second chances.
Well, you know, like you meet some weird people in the military.
You meet
man.
some very fucking weird.
100%.
Some really fucked up weird people, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is his coping method, dark humor.
He's just got there's a lot of dark humor, a lot of coping. Like that's just the way people live their lives, and it never means anything
right
until it does.
until it does.
I
Right.
had one that poop in the shower every time. He poop in the shower before he leave. He take a shower, poop right there in the shower, and he leave, and we'll come back like,
Who shit in the shower?
Poop? What the hell is this shit? But we know it was him. He got kicked out, but we know it was him.
Phantom shitter.
Yeah.
Okay. So fast forward some time. Now we're working together still, and it was a late shift. Something happened. It was a bunch of stuff happened on shift, and it ended up being like a 16-hour shift. We were dead. And we turn our gear in, we get into my car, and we're driving back to the barracks, and he's just passed out in my passenger seat. And at this point, I was kind of getting annoyed of him because I'm like, I'm driving this dude to work every day. He hasn't bought a car. He makes the same amount of money I do. He hasn't bought a car. He's a bum, right? I'm sitting there looking at him like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with you. So as we're driving, I decided to slam on my brakes and go, oh my God, deer. And, you know, he wakes up. He's like, I'm like, like, I got you. And he's just like, 5 o'clock tonight, you're going to die. And he just leans back in his seat, goes back to sleep. I'm just like, hey, like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you threatening me? And he wouldn't wake up. He just kept his eyes closed. I was like, okay, what the fuck? Drive back to the barracks. We both get out. We go in, and he goes down his hallway, and I go down my hallway. And the barracks, if you think about it, is just a one long hallway with doors just staggering all the way down, right?
Like a hotel.
Exactly, like a hotel. Wake up the next morning, starving. I go out, I get food from the chow hall, bring it back, park my car. As I'm walking inside, I'm fumbling with my keys, and I walk up to my door. And as I walk up to my door, I notice there's a plate with a napkin, a knife, and a fork and a spoon, just laid out very like nicely in front of my door. And I stop, and I'm looking at it like just confused and dumbfounded, like, why is this in front of my door? Why would this be here? Okay, and I'm sitting there just kind of like, what the fuck? I look down the hallway, nobody. Look down the hallway, nobody. Look back down at the plate, I'm like, okay. Look down the hallway, and at the very end of the hallway, he's standing at the hallway with his head turned and his little smile, just staring at me. And I'm like, hey, did you do this? Because at this point, I'm pissed. Like, I'm tired of this dude. He's weird. Like, I'm starting to get a little freaked out. I'm like, he said he was going to kill me in the car. So I'm like, dude, did you do this? And he's just sitting there staring at me. I'm like, all right, I'm right here. You want to sell this? Let's sell this right now. And he just... just goes into his room. I'm like, you weird motherfucker.
I hate how you look down the hallway, nothing. You turn around, you look
Like a
down,
horror movie,
and
bro.
then you turn, he's standing there.
Like a fucking horror movie.
And it's like when you blink, he's like 8 doors closer.
Yes.
You're like,
Like it's like a script. It's like a horror movie, man. I
Come
swear.
at me.
So I pick up the plate. I walk in. I'm like a weird motherfucker. I throw the stuff in the trash and fast forward to the very next day where we're going back to work together. Okay. I wake up. Normally he's out in the day room, so we get together. We go to my car and we go to guard mount, and no issues, right? I go out to the day room. He's not there. So I'm like, fuck. So yep. I go down. I go to knock on his door, and just like a horror movie, I go to knock on his door, and it's open. It just opens up. And it's just pitch black. I'm like, yo, Hannibal, you in here? No answer. I start walking in. I'm peeking around the corner. Yo, Hannibal, you in here, man? And all I hear is, I'm right here. And there's this dude in full kit, right? All this stuff, everything on, just sitting in the darkness in the chair. And he stands up and he's like, I'm ready. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Let's go. We got to go, man. So we get in the car, we get to work, and fast forward to that night, okay? Fast forward to that night. He was at the entry control point, which he's just checking all IDs all night long, okay? It's just a little gate check, maybe 12 feet long, 6 feet wide. He's just checking IDs all night. And I was his area supervisor driving around. So my flight chief comes over and says, hey, RV with me at the entry control point. And I was like, roger that. As I'm coming up to the entry control point, I see my flight chief pulling up. I park in the back. He parks in the front. Flight chief walks out. I address him, get to attention. Sir, Airman Heine reports. Police, I'm like I said, the call sign. All security requests a post briefing. And he's like, nah, let's go inside. And I was like, roger that. He opens up the door, and when he goes to step inside, he stops abruptly, right? And I actually walk into the back of my flight chief. Like, I bump into him. I was like, oh, shit, Sergeant, my bad. Like, and he's just standing there. He's not moving. And I'm like, okay, we're going to go inside. Like, it's fucking cold out here, Sergeant. Like, can you step inside, please? And he's just not moving. He's not budging. And I look up at the back of his head, and I see him doing this. He's just, like, looking around, like, kind of, like, frantically. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I see him draw his gun and point it and say, Airman Hannibal, I need you to stand up right now, and I need you to put your gun on the ground. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, whoa, do I draw my gun? Like, I'm a brand new airman, right? Scared. I'm like, do I draw my gun? Like, what's going on? Like, what the fuck? I'm like a little kid trying to peek around their dad. Like, what's happening? Like, I want to see. Move. I want to see what's going on. What my sergeant saw when he walked in was
Sorry, how old would you think your sergeant was?
Like 5.
He was in E6. So
25, 26?
No, I would say early 30s.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, Air Force, yeah.
I would say early 30s.
Okay.
He opens the door, and what he saw was a trail of blood leading all the way up to Airman Hannibal. Okay, and Airman Hannibal had blood all over his hands, all over his face, all over the counter, and all over the microwave. Airman Hannibal had a pocket knife and was cutting strips of meat off of his arm. He was taking those strips and he was putting them in the microwave. And while it was cooking, he would wrap his arm, right? And then he would pull out the meat, eat it, take the bandage off, cut off another piece, put it in the microwave, and rinse and repeat. Yes. So when my sergeant saw all that and put that all together, he saw that this airman had an M4 full kit. I forgot how many magazines we had at the time, but he had an M4 full kit, M9 full kit. And he's like, I need to disarm this guy immediately. Like, I need to get this gun away from him. So he had him drop all of his gear, put it on the ground. And as he had him come towards him, he's like, hey, Airman Hannibal, are you okay? He's like confused, like, Sergeant, I'm fine. Yeah. He's like, you're not okay. Like, you know what? Come here. Come sit down. And as he's bringing him out, he looks at me. He's like, get his guns and get him the fuck out of here. And I was like, roger that, Sergeant. And I go over there and I grab his guns. I go put it in my vehicle. And he sits him down outside. He's like, hey, do you want to tell me what's going on? Like, are you okay? He's like, Sergeant, I'm fine. Like, why are you asking me this? And dude's got blood all over his face, like a fucking zombie, right? He's like, I'm fine. He like completely disassociated. He called the ambulance, right? Ambulance came up. They put him in the back of the ambulance. And that's the last I ever saw of him. He never came back to the squadron. From what I heard, everything from here on out is hearsay. Because I'm an airman and it's all being trickled down as rumors.
Yeah.
The hearsay is that he went to a mental hospital and they kept him there until the discharge and everything went through. Because they thought he was a danger to himself and others, and they just kept him there. So, fast forward some time. I'm curious. I'm only hearing rumors, right? I walk into my flight chief's office. He's at the computer typing. And I knock once. I'm like, sir? And he's like, enter. I walk in. I'm like, Sergeant?
What the fuck?
What happened to Airman Hannibal? And he literally sat up, and he pushed his seat back, and he stood up, and he's like, if you ever fucking talk about that night, if If you ever talk about what happened that day again, you're fucking done. Do you hear me? And I'm just like, oh, okay. Roger that. He's like, don't ever talk. I don't want to hear you talking about between other people. He's like, that shit stops. And I could see it in his eyes that it fucked him up. Like he was dealing with it still. And he's like, and I was
His
like,
PTSD came from that.
yeah. And I was like, Roger that, Sergeant.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And I didn't say anything else after that. Everything else was rumors. And I'll fill you guys in a little bit more off podcast, but I don't want to give too many details away for other stuff.
Wait, is there any good like ones that are like?
Was there a resolution?
So there's a reason why from my commander, they're like, nobody's talking about this. It's because it was a high profile base and what we were guarding. If that were to get out that a guy was eating himself guarding this, that would be literally the worst possible news probably to come out United States. Like, hey, military member while guarding these individuals was eating himself. You know, like,
Oh God.
so they're like, you are not to speak of this. No one is to speak of this.
You heard it here, guys. Don't tell anybody what you just heard.
Ever.
If you ever see anybody eating himself in the military, don't say nothing
Did
to
you
nobody.
Google him?
So yes, I had somebody who works in the system, and I was like, "Hey, can you look up this individual and figure out what happened to him and where he went?" He's like, "This dude's got no socials, nothing. I got no information on him."
Straight out eating people.
Because
right
if he was in a town, I would have literally called the sheriff and be like, "Hey, you guys got any missing reports?" Because I would start with this guy. Like, I would start here.
Any dead homeless people
Nothing.
with weirdly stacked organs?
No dead ends, man. I've searched him on all social medias. I know his full name. I know where he's from. Nothing. So I'm like, is he even alive? Like, I don't even know if this dude's alive.
I think they put him in a hole.
Or if he's still locked up, who knows, man? This was over 10 years ago.
That is hands down one of the most crazy military stories I like. Dude was just cooking bacon. He was making bacon strips.
Bacon.
Dude, just little bacon strips and eating it, not one at a time. Or one at a time.
I'm not eating bacon no more.
I just like,
What the fuck?
he
Yeah.
was 100% okay with it. He was just like, I'm fine, Sergeant.
Like, why are you asking me?
Like as he's eating his crispy arm pieces.
His skin though. Wow.
I like you tried to be friends with You were so patient. You
I'm a nice
didn't
guy.
say a thing.
I'm a
You
nice
were-
guy. Humans. I'm a nice guy.
You were the guy. It's like, and then after he does this and he eats 8 people, you're like, I didn't see it coming. Actually, I did.
Yeah, I did. There was a lot of. That's why I was like, fuck.
I should have called
That's
the police.
my bad.
I started drawing the lines. I was like, oh shit, and that's where the story came from. I was like, holy fuck, this goes way back. Like, damn, he was gonna eat me. Dude was gonna
He
kill
was
me.
gonna eat
He was
you.
gonna fucking eat me.
He was gonna eat you.
I
Yeah.
wanted my Heine.
Well, that's now we have the title for this. Yeah, that exactly where the name. Oh, yeah, that's it. He just read your last name. He's like, who's this asshole? Heine. That sounds tasty.
Let me get some of that Heine.
Dinner plate out front. Yeah, a can of fava beans.
Have fun enjoying the rest of your regular scheduled podcast now.
Eli. He's racially ambiguous and Baddie. That guy's fucking ridiculous and we don't know. Best not to ask yourself why. But my friend, you've arrived. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
That's vodka.
It's vodka and first form.
I
I forgot to get the juice.
Oh shit! We haven't clapped in yet. Clap. Go.
There we go. Just
We haven't
a
clapped in
whole
like
bunch.
14 episodes. Or if we have, I forgot because we were drinking too much.
Sorry.
All right. On that.
Oh yeah, we
Ready?
gotta pop the tops. Everyone, get ready. Pull up a drink. Hurry. We'll do a double.
Really? You're gonna do. You're such a shill. Go. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. As always, Eli Double Tap, myself, Baddie Streams, and of course our two beautiful, strong, great mustache. Oh, just so pretty. We have ZexsOG and of course Sergeant Heine. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the fucking podcast. Did I say your name right?
Heine.
Fuck!
Sorry, nobody
I was
gets it
like
right.
this whole time. I did.
No, nobody gets it right. It's fine.
It's
Heine.
actually every time. I literally was talking about this on the way here. I'm like, Sergeant Heine. I'm not gonna call him Heine. That's rude.
That's what I said.
Disrespectful.
You read it and you're like, Sergeant Twat Waffle.
It's definitely
That
not
sounds
ass. Yeah, it's definitely
We'll
not
go with
ass.
Swat Waffle.
Fuck, man.
I called him Sergeant Heine for like ever, and this is the dude that doesn't correct you because he's just so nice.
You're nice. You are way too fucking nice.
He's like, it's good. No, that's my name. was like, wait, is this Sergeant Heine or Heine? It's Sergeant Heine. So we've been playing
great name,
games for 6 months. Why haven't you corrected a single time in that time?
Do you have like a counter on your stream every time somebody fucks something up? Every time they say your name wrong, you're like, oh, there's another fucking.
I've Heine, dude, it goes on and on and on.
Wait, what?
So many, what?
Heine. Oh, Heine?
I hear Heine all the time, yeah.
It's just people trying not to say Heine. It's all it is. Like
Everyone
people
works
will go
around
to
it.
great lengths to not say something that sounds kind of
They
inappropriate.
see my name, they're like, it's not that. There's no way. Heine, totally.
It's
Not ass.
It's just cum drinker. You're like, is Kume Dronky?
Drank.
Kume Drew. Is it cum drinker? I would just be straight with you.
Super excited to do this Sheath ad read today. I'm actually wearing my spare pair. Super comfortable.
Are they?
Yeah. Eli?
Oh, they do look comfortable. And they smell good.
Let's take a quick second and thank today's sponsor for the video, Sheath Underwear. Sheath makes the most comfortable boxer briefs I have ever worn. If you're sick of wearing boxers that are too loose or briefs that are too light, Sheath is the answer for you. I'm wearing a pair of Sheath Underwear right now as we speak.
You were wearing a pair of Sheath Underwear.
The only underwear I own, it is the best. Just get one pair, it'll change your life. The stretchy fabric is made of moisture wicking technology. They're super soft, they keep everything comfortable and cool, and in the right place. Sheath is particularly useful on these hot summer days or when you're working out to keep yourself cool. The most unique thing about Sheath Underwear, it has dual pouches to keep your man parts separated and keep them where they're supposed to be, or if you want to store something else.
Plus, with all this new material like bamboo and mesh, it keeps the parts cool. And you know what pandas eat?
Bamboo?
Baddie, would you like a drink?
No, but for the sake of this ad, yes.
It's my wee hole.
Cheers, Sheath. Head over to sheathunderwear.com and use code unsubscribe for 20% off the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear.
That's sheathunderwear.com. Use code unsubscribe to save 20%. Go get some comfortable underwear. Hi guys, welcome. You guys flew in. We got some Twitch boys and an army. Is it parade rest?
Parade rest.
Fuck, you still...
Yeah, he doesn't know the difference. He doesn't know the difference.
I mean, like this. Right there. There we go. Bro, you just, where'd you graduate, Zex?
Master leader course, man.
Dude, we got a fucking E8.
Y'all better be at fucking parade rest on this podcast.
I love we got an E8 that just graduated. I can't wait for you to make Sergeant Major and come back on it so we can destroy your career.
It depends how it goes. I don't think I come back depending.
Yeah, they're like, bro, what happened?
Like, guys, we can't hang out anymore.
Dude, we got every branch now. We got, well, no, Air Force.
Air Force.
Okay, not every branch then. And then military,
Navy?
Army Reserves, Army.
No, Army National Guard.
Were you National Guard too or Reserves?
Yeah.
Guard.
Why is there two different versions of that fucking same organization?
Because the reserves can't get state funding. The Guard gets state and federal funding.
But why?
Because fuck the reservists for some reason, dude.
Like, do they just get the shit into the stick?
The
now?
reservists literally get fucked more than the National Guard, which is wild to me. They literally get the stick and that's it.
Yeah, I never been in that side of the Army Reserve. I know about the Army National Guard. It's been amazing to me. But again, we get all the bad equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like the Marines when you go over. I don't know. When we went over there, we go and the Marines had like the M16A4. I always felt bad. You walk in, you're like, what the fuck here is... Why that guy has an
It's like
M1
they're rocking
Garand?
the soft tops though.
Yeah.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, this is like 2010, and they're still in soft armor, Humvees, fucking M4 Garands.
Yeah, so when the active duty doesn't want, they just flip down to the reserve and to the Army National Guard. Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, it still works though. We do make it happen.
Hell yeah! And then we got Big Sergeant H, Air Force,
Big Sergeant.
Air Force.
all these. Force. How is it right now? Because we've done this fucking one. We're on episode 22, I think, and
You can't count. It's the shirt.
yeah, it's really bad. Unsub, tism. The Bad's like, no, just stop it right now. Just stop it right now.
Oh no.
But what are the nerves going on? Because I remember my first podcast with, I think it was Drinking Bros, and it was like Freddie Wong and the other guys. I was like, I'm so nervous right now. What are you guys?
I'm a little shaky right now. To be honest. I've never been in a podcast.
But
before.
you drank a lot last night too.
Did I?
So those are alcoholic shits.
Really, Eli? Really? You're gonna tell people they drank a lot?
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I got a new name though. Yeah, you know how they call me the Juan Wick, the Juan DeLorean, Juan Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
One damn.
No,
One Van Dam.
Juan Van Dam, Juan Travolta. So now they call me Juan Chess.
Juan Chess?
Juan Chess.
Oh, we're going to play chess after this. He beat me last night.
No,
Twice.
but not once,
Twice. That's what I
but
said.
twice in a row.
You
So
beat me.
you can call me Juan Chess now.
I lost it in chess.
Okay, so real quick, because a lot of people to our audience aren't going to know who you guys are. A few of us who actually watch our Twitch streams will. But Eli, if you guys would, how do you know these two wonderful, sexy, powerful, strong, and beautiful gentlemen?
Okay, actually, really good. These
Great credit score.
These are sexy, fun Twitch boys. I can tell Zech's story. I actually wanted to ask Sergeant H, what the fuck? How did we meet?
Boot campaign. No, wait.
Did I
you
just randomly pop in your
You
stream?
popped in my stream, yeah, and you dropped a follow, and they're like, my phone started blowing up. They're like, you know who the fuck that is? I'm like, Ellie, and I don't know who Ellie is.
Yeah, Ellie double tap.
She sounds so hot. Like double tapper.
But then you reached out to me, man. You're like, hey, would you be interested in doing a boot campaign? And I was like, absolutely. And then later on, I met up with you guys in Call of Duty.
Yes,
The rest is history. So
that was I forgot about that because I couldn't remember. I was like, how the fuck did I raid him back in the day or did I
I'm glad
just
I'm not
see
the
him?
only one who forgets how I've met people. Like, I wish I could forget how I met you, but unfortunately, here we are.
Tar comp, just one beard makeout session later, we were good.
Day one. Literally, the day Ian and I game together, we're like, you want to pretend to make out like dudes do? We're like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's be dads while we're at it. And we're like, that was...
And then we started a whole thing for Tarkov for a while with it. We do dad runs. Oh my God, that's what they were. Because Freddie
Dad
Wong.
raids. Yeah, we had
dad
Freddie. Oh my
raids.
God, Freddie did one too.
Yeah, he was the bird watcher. He's like, guys, if you look at the Western African.
Fucking walking around Dick
cockatoo-
Cheney and motherfuckers. Like, here's my shotgun. Is that a bird? No, it's my friend.
Yeah, we would walk around with 12. So you had to have a 12 gauge, the fishing vest, and then play woods. We just walk around and just be dads the entire time.
that's hilarious.
Make up stories. So, okay, that's how I met you. Zex, it was Matt Best, me, and they were like, hey, we're going to play some Warzone with Army
It
National.
was an Army National Guard sports team was doing a influencer stream with Matt.
Yes.
That's what it was. And we got done, actually, we got a dub on the last game. And that's when I met you. I remember. You call me ESPN Ocho.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, out the gate, I was like, what the fuck is this dude saying?
Ocho Z, ESPN Ocho. The Ocho. Translate.
Oh, man.
They were like, hey, you guys are going to play with these people. And I was like, cool, fucking. And he's like, Zex is good. He's a pro on the Army esports team. I was like, okay, fucking dope. And we're playing. And he was way, way better than Matt and me at that time. We were like happy when we got 4 kills. We were like, fuck it, we own this game. Playing with him, watching his movements, but he had like very golden guns. And then he started talking. I was like, oh, this dude Hispanic as fuck. He's like, hey man, okay, what are we doing? I was like, hold up, continue.
Eli puts on his accent.
Oh yeah, instantly.
He's like, I gotta fit in.
yeah, instantly. I was just like, oh, I gotta fuck with this guy. I was like, because you had the gold guns too. I was like, this is Puerto Rican as a kid. Like all his skins and everything. I was just like, this dude right here, his accent. And then yeah, the rest is
The
history.
rest is
Homeboys
history. We
fucking-
became friends, man. That's it.
And then I got them to link through just at Warzone, I want to say.
Yeah. I remember that one too. Eli sent me a message, hey, I got this guy's going to play with us. And I'm like, I hope he's not a bot. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm very competitive, man. I'm very competitive. You got to play
No.
with me. I
No.
promise.
It's not that. It's just hearing somebody my father's age call people bots.
Bro, Baddie, last night, he's like,
Your dad.
this dude last
dad.
Yeah, your dad. Bro, you old as fuck.
I'm Baddie, your daddy. It's cool, man. It's
I
fine.
like Okay, Juan Daddy.
Jesus Christ
go.
on the podcast right now. So again,
The
okay.
OG.
This is a boomer right here. Last night he went to search for like headphones or something. He was like, "Oh, Eli, here, let me show you something." He sits down on the thing, and then he's like, "Okay." He goes to the scroll bar. You know, he's like www.google.com. He pulled up Google.com and then slid them out. I was like, "Hold the fuck up, Zach."
Your keyboard's not lighting up.
Yeah, he said my keyboard didn't light up. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was like, you realize you can just type whatever you want in the search bar and it pops up.
Zex, you are a saint for coming onto this goddamn shit show.
I had a couple shots last night, Baddie. It was a couple shots. I was a little bit.
Eli's always trying to get everyone to do a couple shots.
That food was fucking dope. So H,
Yes.
he's just here.
I was just existing last night. I was in rough shape last night, but we had a good time. Good time.
Yes,
We had
definitely.
good food. We had good everything, and now we're all playing Diablo 4.
I went home and took a nap. Remember I said I was going to take a nap? I woke up at like 11 p.m.
Oh, you took a coma.
Oh, man, I took a sleep. I went to bed.
I just napped for.
It's like, I'm not going to stream today. I'm going to take a day off. I haven't taken a day off in a minute.
God, just pacify.
Yeah, I just fucking, that was the end of it. Game over, man. No.
What the fuck?
Hit that couch.
Did you do any Diablo 4? Everyone, we're playing Diablo 4. That is what we're all doing right now. Is sorcerer.
The fuck you think?
What's your job?
I'm a goddamn wizard, motherfucker. I'm a sorcerer.
So I was right.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
I got two. I got sorcerer halfway and necro.
Halfway to what?
Halfway to 50.
25? Yeah. That's all weird. It's not
Why,
even
why
100.
you say 25? What do you mean halfway to
That's
50?
not, the level's 100. Zex is like, mwah,
Well, they say you
20%.
So
It's like, what?
don't you gotta get to 50? Finish the campaign before 50? Some almost at 50.
I was 53 or 54 when I finished the campaign.
Well, I don't
you
know.
could beat it at 30 something. Like people were beating it before then too.
Yeah, you do it at 100.
There is no cap or like
I've
there's
been in
no
school,
set.
guys. Sorry, I haven't have no time to play.
That is very true.
So I've been, and now would have been level 100 by now.
Oh shit! Oh,
I promise. See that nose? I can grind.
He'll just game and game and game. I'm like,
I mean, I
how
get
many
that.
you
I
got
feel it.
bored yet?
how far have you gone, Eli?
51 or 2. Dude, where are you at right now?
30, I think.
Dude,
I'm so
that-
far behind.
When you hit 50, that the XP takes a tremendous hit on how fast you level up. You can do the paragons and grind.
After 50, all you want to be doing is hell tide, like end game stuff. The things like called hell tides. You just live on world tier 3 now. Never go back. Once you get above like 55, have a friend who's over 70 run you through your capstone so you can jump to the next world tier, which basically in non-nerd terms means you go from like the third hardest difficulty to the hardest difficulty in the game, and you have a friend run you through harder difficulties, more experience, you level up quicker, better loot, things like that. And that's what I did. I had somebody run me through that so I could just live on the hardest world tier, which is really hard to survive because everything will one-shot you, but at the same time,
Your XP flies. You literally just stand at the entrance. You're at the entrance and you're like, your buddy just clears for you.
watching
You're like,
YouTube videos. Yeah, I definitely didn't do that.
you done? Can I run through and pick up all the gold now? And then your guy's like, just
You're just
running
looking
through.
at the mini map and you see all the legendary drops ping. You're like, oh.
That's literally me. You guys get on your mounts right away. I don't have a mount. I'm sitting here just getting destroyed by everything.
That's all we hear
like,
from
can you come back, please, bro?
Like, please.
No.
And
Wait a
he's-
minute. Let me tell you something.
He's looking at him. We're our steeds. We're like, fuck off. You're just right into the distance. And then we hear you like, they're about to kill me. It's like, guy, you're okay.
All I can hear is you can't keep up. That's all I can hear right now.
First form gave us 15 seconds to do that.
First four!
Opti green 50. Microfactor.
FirstForm.com/unsubscribe!
First form.
Diablo 4 has been, for everybody who's looking for a new game to play right now, get Diablo 4. It is Diablo 2 truly with better graphics and updated stuff. There are some differences. Obviously, it's been fucking 30 years, but the game is just fun. I think I'm at 65 or 66 right now, and it is great. And I'm waiting probably another week, but I'm starting a hardcore character. And for who doesn't know what that means, if a hardcore character dies, it's permanently dead. Normally, if a character dies, you can revive at a checkpoint. You can have a friend revive you. It doesn't really matter. You take a little durability on your armor or whatever. But hardcore characters, it dies. It's
gone.
and then the max level in the game is 100. And right now, Blizzard, the company who made this, is inscribing your name on a giant statue of a demon mommy. Her name's Lilith. We love you. And if you get to level 100 on a hardcore character, meaning no deaths, all the way to level 100, which is over 100 hours of just grinding, they'll inscribe your name on this statue. this full-size, massive, hot, sexy, powerful one-toucher statue. And
Huge personality.
as of right now, the game came out on pre-release was the 2nd, I believe.
Yep.
We are up to like 280 players
what happened
out
to
of
the
1,000.
What happened to the first player to hit 100?
The very first player who hit 100 got his name obviously inscribed on the statue, and then logged back in. Was doing some easy grinding, some easy farming of loot, and his game disconnected and it killed his character. So there have been like all the major deaths.
Dude, did you just see the druid that he was almost to hit 100 and he did a TP and it did the TP glitch kill? So you just like TP, game glitched out. He was like, oh, what?
He
Clicked it.
spawned dead.
Yeah. It's just like so level 90 something and just hundreds of hours instantly.
If you want, like, even if you don't understand gaming, if you go to YouTube right now and you type Diablo 4 hardcore character deaths compilation, bro,
I'm gonna have to watch that now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that now.
it is gonna change you as a person to watch people break, just mentally break. It is fucking hilarious. Kudos to every hardcore player. I've seen one friend of ours who's done some charity stuff with us before, One Peg. He he has lost like 7 hardcore characters over level 50, 2 of which were in the 70s, couples in the 50s, most of which, I think 5 of these or 4 of these characters he lost to disconnects.
I would have quit after one.
I would have quit.
Literally the game just crashing. And I will
Back
say
to
this.
Call of Duty.
Dude, I will say this, as much as I want to shit on Blizzard for having disconnects and killing characters, this has been the smoothest new game launch I have ever seen.
In a long time.
There are still normally disconnects or whatever. It really doesn't fucking matter. On a hardcore character, it's a little different. There should be a little, connection protection, something. But basically, if your game disconnects you, your character sits on the world, just there, wherever you are, for like 10 seconds. And
that
it takes,
you die.
it takes less than a
0.5
second to die in a hardcore character versus that tier stuff. So
You have stuff like the butcher that can almost like one shot. Some of these bosses, if you guys aren't playing it, is fucking it's really weird on the skill level on those bosses. Because there was that one boss we did that shot whatever those little.
The poison piles?
Yeah.
Or
that was the one you died a whole bunch on too.
Oh yeah, the ghosty son of a bitch.
Like 2 seconds.
He
and
just
you're
made
dead.
you vulnerable every hit. Yeah. You just doubled your damage basically.
And you have no say in it. You're just like, this is fucking great. I'm dead. Because we were just resurrecting each other. It's like, oh no. And then you run away.
Oh my god.
I was like,
that's the sketchy thing. When you get to like higher tier dungeons, you have 4 revives, 3 revives. Like we're doing like world tier 4, so the hardest difficulty in the game. We're doing tier 21 through 28 dungeons.
Yep. Which those go really high.
Fuck. Like we have a level 77 who dies still carrying us. I'm 60 something. We're there just coasting basically. Like I'll help out. I'll freeze an enemy for him real quick so I just CC shit. Yeah. And bro, the game is difficult. It's got something called dynamic scaling, where no matter your level, if you're the highest level character, you could drop down to help lower level characters, and it will scale enemies to make them difficult. So everybody's fighting the same type of enemy, which is a little annoying, but at the same time, it's
nice.
It's nice.
Yeah,
because you can have somebody who's strong come back, or you can have
pros
somebody
and
who's
cons.
weak. Yeah,
it's also
they're
nice.
pros
You
and
can
cons.
play with your boys, so it doesn't matter what level they are.
Dude, this is the first time I've wondering why we're talking about this is because this is the first time in a long time where all of us
are playing the same game.
It's the same game and like excited to
And having
play.
fun.
Having fun. I'm like, what the fuck?
No sweat. Nobody's getting mad for hackers shooting us in the back. Or
Oh God,
just-
that's probably why I love it. I didn't think
no
about
hackers.
that. No hackers.
that's
Or the
best part.
hackers just don't affect us. So like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Dupe all your gold. I don't give a shit. Have fun with it.
I think it's pretty fucking nuts still that there are less than, I mean, at this point there might be 300, but less than 300 people have made it to level 100.
On hardcore.
I assumed 1,000 thing would have been filled first week. Like realistically, a couple people made it there at the very end of that first week, but it was only a couple people.
Those are some hardcore grinders. And then it is the environment. There's those like, bro, I couldn't.
The amount of videos I watched of somebody like just tabbing out of their game real quick to watch another video of somebody. The amount of videos there are of a person entering a dungeon or killing everything and being like, all right, I'm safe. oh, somebody sent me a link. Let me watch this video of another person losing their hardcore character. Funny video. They close the video. They're fucking dead.
Wait,
Bro.
that happens?
Oh, there's like eight of them. It's the funniest fucking shit. They're like, oh, I'm going to tab out to laugh at somebody else dying. They tab back in. They're dead.
No,
I love it.
way.
Diablo. Beautiful.
There's no breaks. You can't take a break then.
Oh,
It is a breath of fresh air, though. With the current games that are out right now, Diablo is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a break from everything else.
everyone was playing. I mean, first-person shooters. Everyone.
Yeah.
Now they're Tarkov boys. They're Tarky boys.
Yeah, because Call of Duty sucks.
I'm addicted to Tarkov now, and I just stopped playing it finally. I'm loving it. Thank you, Son Heine. I appreciate you taking me there to that trip. Even though you quit on me.
Yeah, that's
It's because you got better in 1 week than me that I've been playing for 2 years. And I was like,
He's
okay.
a true gamer over there. That's
Yes,
a real
he's
gamer.
fucking legend. I was like, okay, well, I'm not meant to play Tarkov then, I guess.
Yeah, Zex is the guy. He's
He's like,
like,
I guess I'll just go back to Insurgency and 5 days of Fallujah. Is that the new one coming out?
oh, that
6 days in Fallujah, yeah.
It's just I like the challenge. You teach me something that's challenging to me, I get addicted. You know what I'm saying? Like
You learn
I need
everything.
to pass. I need to beat you. Like that's what happens to me, and that's why I become a good player. And any game that I play, I mean, I can play a lot of games and get good at it. It's just the addiction. But after that, I'm like, I don't want to know more. I just don't care no more.
My dad doesn't know how to put the internet password in on his phone. He listens to this. Fuck you, Dad. This motherfucker can play Call of Duty and Tarkov. Figure it out.
Zex is the guy that is like, you're like, have you not been keeping up on the meta? I'm like, no. He's like, okay. What? Well, first off, why you got to watch the movements? I sent you some YouTube videos on what to do and how to move in the game. I was like, Zex, if you think I give, and I'm gonna watch it, him in a video, Nick Merckx telling me how to move through a map. I'm not going to. He's like, but these are the pros. You gotta watch them, man. Okay, here, I'll send you some more links. I'm like, bro, what the like? What can I just pause
My man,
everything?
that's what I do. I'm with you on that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit when it comes to Tarkov anymore. I still watch every fucking video. Like, I like knowing about this stuff, but
I don't. It's my tism. But
I don't.
I sit and then I play with the camera. Because I got the new camera. I was just like sending my tism. I'm like, don't give a fuck. And then I really
And then
give
Eli,
a fuck.
the ADHDism, he sits down on his floor, and I know he's fucking barefoot. He's sitting in his underwear. He sent me photos of a camera. I'm like, Eli, are you sitting on the floor playing with a camera? And I was like,
100%.
Maybe.
100%.
But that's the thing about Eli, the Call of Duty. Zex, I don't care. Zex, what's the meta?
Yeah, I just asked.
Okay, here
tell
we
me
go.
what to do so I can be good at it.
Hey, Baddie.
Oh, not again.
Remember when you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're scaped from pubes to bun.
That's right. This is the summer to keep your balls cool and looking hot with Manscaped.
Hey, Baddie, your balls look cool and hot. They are smooth.
Man, Eli takes this check your boys thing seriously. The leaders in Below the Waist Grooming are making sure we have a ball this summer by giving our pants partners everything they need to stay fresh. Dive headfirst into smooth sack summer by heading over to manscaped.com and use code UNSUB for 20% off. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock, and it gives you the ability to turn on the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for more precise shave. Did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Beach, lake, or shower, this razor will devour even the strongest pubes. I'm heading to the lake later to shave my pubes for smooth sack summer. Thanks to code UNSUB, got me 20% off my Lawnmower 4.0.
Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code UNSUB.
That's 20% off plus free shipping with code UNSUB over at manscaped.com. Don't forget to check your boys for smooth sack summer.
Touch those boys.
Yo, Manscaped, yeah.
Yo, Manscaped, your intros are... They wrote this.
We make our own metas, though. We're running the Rows when nobody else runs them. We run the... What else do we run?
I do the Hipfire SMG builds that are little
Yes,
lasers.
right. Nobody runs our builds, so we make our own metas.
Yeah. Rao fucking... the Chonky boys.
Pig.
That's the pig. That's the...
Pig.
The 338
Lapua, Magnum.
Lap Mag machine gun.
Oh,
the new one.
the
The
new SIG
spear.
one.
Yeah.
No, is it the spear?
No, well, it's a
haven't
big
played.
spear. It's the SIG, whatever.
It's not a spear. It's some other bullshit. The spear's the... Yeah. No.
But-
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it. Yeah. It's a belt fed.
338. Yeah, 338 belt fed, which is fucking stupid.
Think about that.
Donkey. Dude, that's a big boy.
You talking about the LMG?
Yeah.
I don't use LMGs. That's why.
Eli, you know why you lost that? Because you had to reload.
The sacking.
Yeah.
The sacking.
No, that's the other one. We run the route, and this is the dude that like he'd be like, you know why you lost that battle, man? It's because you see the ADS, it takes too long. Zex is dead already. Like, do you know why you're dead? Because you fucking suck, Zex. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna run what gun I want, and you're fucking dead, okay? Then we had fucking playing with these. We had a rank match. He was just watching.
Oh, my
This
God.
is ranked. I didn't tell you about this battle. We were chasing a dude. Probably not the smartest thing to do in a rank match. There's one dude out in the field, out like running from the gas. We're in a helicopter, so we're like, naturally, we have to fly and try to kill this guy. from
Yeah,
the
obviously
air.
he cannot live.
So we're like,
He's an insult to our existence.
we're shooting. He's like just like hiding behind stuff and staying alive very well. And we're trying to circle, and then every time we almost kill him, the pilot would like bank so our guns can't hit him. We're like, stop, fucking move, aim the.
Who was the pilot?
Bear?
Bear was the pilot. I wasn't playing. I was just
Okay,
spectating.
good. I'm just making sure we shame him.
Bear, you're dead.
You're a
He got
shitty
you
pilot.
killed. He got you killed
I don't know who this
too.
guy is.
Oh, what? Bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I know. I was like, Zex is the one that doesn't get to lead up to the joke. He's like, but what about? I'm like, Zex, shut the fuck up.
I got you.
Baddie, boom. Rank match. We are all loaded. We're good.
Yeah,
trying to kill the
totally.
guy.
Great, killing it.
Move around in the helicopter, flying.
Yep.
We all die instantly. We're like, what? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Cut to Bears. He's like, the box just killed us. They drop containers for loadouts. A random loadout container when we were just flying like this. Hit the helicopter. Ended our entire rank game. Never had that happen. I was like, huh? We didn't die to any player? Any player at all? He's like, no, this is a box. It was just a box that killed all
That
our...
one dude was like, I'm set.
Yeah.
He's got a loot box plus 4 pinatas. Let's go.
That's literally what... Oh, I didn't even think about
All
that.
this
He
money.
just took all of our loot. Yeah.
He
Just
would have been
raining
like,
loot.
our box is dropping there. Like a dude's running towards
Hallelujah, it's raining, man.
The thing was that you killed one of their. He killed one of their guys, so that means he had money not to revive his boy.
I fucking...
Yeah, that was good.
So pissed. And then past that, haven't been playing a single other video game. Zelda was...
Zelda was good. Amazing.
How far did you get?
I didn't play it at all. I watched a bunch of it though.
But it looked great.
Well, no, like there's some games where I'm not gonna play it. Like I love doing watch throughs of games. Like I never played Last of Us.
Really?
Absolutely loved. I did a full like it was like watching a movie.
It is. Yeah, it's
You
playing
know,
a movie.
like some games, like I'm cool with that. I don't really.
Metal Gear
I know
Solid.
I'm not gonna have the focus or time to beat that game. The new Star Wars games, Jedi Survivor and all those, amazing games. I don't give a fuck about playing. I love Star Wars more than fucking anything. I sat down and watched it like a movie. Love doing that with some games. It's,
Fair enough.
I don't know, kind of like why people watch Twitch or YouTube.
Right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
That makes too much sense. Stop it.
Oh, man. Because
I'll
that's...
drink more.
Zelda was the first game in a long time where landed from Skyworld, landed on ground, looked, and it was like, this is... I felt overwhelmed when I didn't pick it up. So I was like, this is way too big of a map for me. Like Diablo, because it chunks it into segments. I'm like, okay, it's not overwhelming. Zelda was the first game where it was like, I looked up like, this is a world I need to save. And I'm like, this is a very large world that I don't have time for. I'm going to be honest. I'm just log out now. So Zelda's still...
So a game that's coming out that I'm unbelievably excited for, Starfield, which is basically Skyrim, Fallout in space. It's single player Star Citizen. And there is supposed to be over 1,000 explorable planets, all this crazy shit. And I'm like, I am so excited for this. I'm going to sit down to play this game and I'm going to be like, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. I already know it. I'm going to be overwhelmed immediately. It surprisingly happens a lot with games now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. What games are you guys... Are you...
Did you guys watch any of the what is it, Xbox Game Direct or the Summer Game Fest, all that, where they dropped all the new announcements?
No, I didn't.
You don't give a fuck.
No, I
What
do.
the fuck?
I just went
You're
to
watching Call of Duty meta videos.
No, actually, I've been watching a lot of Tarkov videos now.
Oh,
yeah, that's the game I want to master. I want to get the copper, and I want to one day when they bring that little arena.
Oh yeah, I mean Arena's coming soon. Tarkov's Call of Duty version, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, let me know. I'll show you how to run a team out there.
Fucking, I will play that for the gimmick one time. That is all you'll get out of me.
I know you're good. I watch you play, man. You're an amazing player, man. I watch you and I'm like, okay, I see what he's doing. So, yeah, that's right, chat. He's a great and amazing player.
I like that he called you the YouTube people chat too. I do that all the time by accident.
You did?
Yeah, it's in YouTube. You're like, hey, chat.
I do. I'll be like, hey, chat. Oh, you're the comment people. You're worse. You're dirty. Ew. Shower. I know you're not. Fuck you.
What about you? Was this SRH? What fucking games are you looking for?
Starfield looks pretty cool, but I'm a little worried that it doesn't have multiplayer. Like you said, that you're alone, it's cool, but like multiplayer, because you can build bases and explore all these planets. But doing it alone, I don't know. Doesn't sound as fun as like doing it with your homies.
Well, were you like a Fallout guy or a Skyrim guy or Oblivion, whatever?
Yes.
Did you?
So what's that?
I always wish those had co-op though.
You were that lonely, or you're that?
I was
needy?
always that lonely. My dad
You're
left,
that
never came back.
needy?
Always
Like-
lonely.
I just wish my bros were here.
Like Fallout. Remember Fallout 4? They ended base building at the end. Remember?
Yep.
But there was no point because you can't like defend it or attack other bases.
Oh yeah, I never thought. Oh my god, I forgot about. What was the base building for? Just
You,
resources?
you could go, there was enemy incursions or waves of bots that would occasionally
Lose
while you were gone
instantly.
or something.
Oh, okay.
They would.
I never got that far.
It was shit.
I don't know why companies put like those little random things that are
Longevity.
the most.
It's just the longevity of the game. That's it.
Like, bro, this is so much fun. Let's breed chocobos. Which
You just call it a chocobo?
yeah, chocobos. Chocobos.
What?
Was it? What's the fucking? What's Final Fantasy set? What is it? Not mana.
Materia.
No. What's the green stuff? Holy shit! Why can I not
I don't
remember?
know. I don't know what it is.
Mako.
Oh, well,
Mako.
shut the fuck up. You're wrong. You're just.
Baddie, you guys
Take
don't
your
know.
Asian and put it away. You're Mexican
You don't
today.
even know this. Did you guys play Final Fantasy 7?
So 15 was the last one I played. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I grew up playing Fantasy Star and then Final Fantasy.
Fantasy Star Online?
We go back. So those used to be my games.
Whoa!
Dreamcast.
Fantasy Star was fucking amazing.
Yes, it was.
Oh my
so
god!
I used to play those. Remember, I could be your dad. So I play Atari, right? In 19.
Father.
Right. But anyways, no, but I
playing.
like it. Those are where my games growing up.
Yep.
Until I found out Battlefield 2 back in 2005 when I got deployed. I got hooked up on first-person shooters, and but I want to play the 16, which is coming out with Final Fantasy. I can't wait.
The
Actually, it
demo
just came out,
has
right?
it literally dropped yesterday.
Wait, there's a demo for it?
It's a PlayStation 5. I can't do it on PC.
People are freaking out about how good the demo for Final Fantasy 16
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
That's
like
gonna
realistically, it's.
That's gonna be my stream. So I gotta hook up the PlayStation 5 somehow to get it to work.
Oh, you just run it's not.
It's easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Compared to a Switch. Switch,
But I'm
you need
excited
that-
for
Just
that
as
one.
easy.
Only
Do
game.
you have to have the
Same
stupid
exact-
audio thingy where
Same exact thing. It's an HDMI cable.
but no,
HDMI includes audio.
why do you have to do the audio thing on the Switch? For mine, it was like run the audio
Because
switch.
you're dumb. You did something wrong.
Can I hit you up?
Yeah.
Yeah, do
It's
it.
one. It's a singular cable.
I still need
Because
a
the audio,
capture card, right?
what is it called? The hum. I get a hum. It's the same. We have that same from the stream things. You know how you have that little.
Yeah, Humbot. Yeah, because 3.5 connectors are
Suck.
shit. But you don't need a 3.5 connector for your Switch.
Weird. You need to look at how mine's hooked up.
I will. I'll fix it.
Sorry about
Go
that.
on.
I cut you off.
No, you're good, man.
No,
I don't
which
even know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that Final Fantasy. We're talking about the game.
Yeah, which ones are you fucking playing right now, dog?
The Final Fantasy 15 was the one that wasn't turn-based, right?
That's the bro game. You drove around with your
Yeah,
bros.
I
The
played that one.
goddamn car. I know we've bitched about this car, but
The bro game. It was fun. You got.
I enjoyed it.
you
I liked
enjoyed the
it.
car.
Well, no, I enjoyed it all the way up until
The
when
ending.
when he just fell asleep or whatever, something happened. He's just an old man. You're like, what happened?
Oh, I
How did
forgot
get
we
to here?
talked about that
Yeah, like how
literally
did we
the
get
other
to
day.
here? And
Oh,
you're just like,
bro.
this story just went off the rails. So
We literally just talked about that. Final Fantasy VII is Mako. We found out was Mako.
Shut
which
up. Stop
everyone.
it. It's Mako. It's Materia. It's Mako.
I
Stop.
said Mako. I'm 100% with Mako, but that was the game that when they first pronounced it, because all my friends were like, "Oh, the Mako is how the fucking Earth is saved. It's the blah." And that game comes out and they're like, "Mako Energy." I'm like, "Am I?
I'm gonna throw up.
What? Did I say it wrong?" All my friends started calling like, "Yo, what the fuck is this shit?" But 15. Amazing until shit falls off the rails, and then they did an expansion and a movie to fill in said block like a year later.
Yeah,
for that,
which is
story.
good for me because that's when I played it. But it's still a stupid.
Fucking you played it though originally when it came out, so you just seen that
That was my
slot.
first Final Fantasy experience, though.
Really?
Yeah, so I never played the turn-based.
Holy shit.
So when I played that was my first experience. I'm like, oh, this game's dope. Everyone's like, this is not dope. This is not Final Fantasy. I'm just like, I like
take
this.
your fun experience and you shove it up your ass.
I was like, I don't know what Final Fantasy is, but I like this. And they're just like, shut up. This is not. I'm like, okay.
you're wrong. Your fun is wrong. How dare you?
I'll play 16, though, because that's going back to the roots, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? Okay, I don't even know how 60. Dude, 15 had just sleep. The game went really
Wait,
hard.
no, I
Last
think
chapter.
16 is not turn-based again.
No, it's going back to it's not turn-based. It's 15. How it's like the open world.
Yeah.
Just not road trip style.
Not not driving with the boys.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't play since the 11.
Completely abandoned turn-based combat. Wow. Completely gone.
Yeah,
It's all open world. That's what I said. I was like, I don't think it
Final
is.
Fantasy, the new 7, everything is the exact. They got rid of.
Well, I mean,
turn-based
did
to
you
a T.
see the second part of 7 is dropping?
I didn't see the trailer yet. I know. I'm excited for that one.
So whoever doesn't know, Final Fantasy 7 is like the Final Fantasy. It's one with Cloud and Sephiroth and Aerith. We love you, Aerith. Fuck Tifa. We ran a poll. I was right.
No, you were very wrong.
No, you ran a poll. Yours was wrong.
Tifa-
Your numbers are wrong. Your math is wrong.
Do you want a fucking boring church girl or fucking big
She's
tits
not a boring church girl.
punching?
I would not like to answer that, please.
She'll understand. It's a video
She's
game
3D.
character.
She's not real.
Yeah. And what? Never mind. She's
Ask her. Let us know what she thinks.
kill Sarge. I heard you talking.
I saw the podcast.
It's not out yet. Just stabs and kills you.
But the new Final Fantasy VII is just like the epitome of what a Final Fantasy game was, what a JRPG was back in the day, and honestly, even up till now, still it's the standard. And they did a remake of it. How many years ago now? 4, 5.
4, because I was at the old.
And the singular game came on what, 4 discs or 3 discs? A 3-disc thing
3.
back on PlayStation 1, and now they're breaking up into a 3 or 4 part game. So like the intro to the game.
Well, Midgar was the first game, which is weird because Midgar was only a 5-hour segment.
That's
in
what
the
they
original.
turned. Like, that's what. That's what I'm saying. They turned the first the introduction to Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1. This first
5-hour
5
segment.
hours into an entire game, and that was the first part of the Final Fantasy VII remake. And now they're about to drop, 4 years later, whatever it is, the second half of the remake.
They just left Midgard, and I don't know where. There is a lot. That's the one thing I don't know is how they are going to do.
Because it was open at that point, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
it was
well,
kind
it
of
was still
linear.
on rails, yeah. But you got to think, you go to the Chocobo farm, then you're going through the cavern, then you're going through. I mean, there is so much that's without Golden Saucer, that's without the ocean level, the weapons, going across the sea, the boat. The game's fucking massive.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is nuts.
So they essentially turned Final Fantasy VII into a trilogy.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool if you think about it.
They hobbited it.
They hobbited it.
but I will say, but if the Hobbit was good.
Yes,
Right.
The Hobbit was amazing.
And I think with that wonderful transition, we got to talk about Lord of the Rings real quick. Hey, Eli, how'd you sleep last night after drinking all that?
So good, you know why?
Why?
GhostBed.
Every mattress has a 20-year warranty, sometimes 25.
And you can try it out for 101 nights.
If you don't like it, you can send it back. No hard feelings. After a long day of podcasting, one of my favorite things about GhostBed pillows and mattresses is the cooling technology built into them to keep us nice and cool after a long day here in the Texas heat. GhostBed pillows and mattresses are as cool as the linoleum on the bathroom floor.
Way more comfortable, though. Technology's so cold, it's like soft. These are so freaking comfortable. Ghost also offers bundles so you can get everything you need.
You don't even think about it. Just pick from one of their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you just need a mattress and frame or you want everything like their cooling pillows and sheets, you can get the best bang for your buck. Head over to ghostbed.com and use code unsubscribe for 30% off everything.
That's ghostbed.com. Code
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe and get 30% off of everything. GhostBed.
Because I'm sweating over here. Do either you give a fuck about card games, Magic the Gathering?
Never played them.
Zex?
I'm open.
You're old enough to have been there in the beginning. You were there when the texts were written.
Yeah,
used to
you've
I used
seen
to
the
collect-
tablets with the
stone.
Moses.
I know.
Black Lotus.
Yeah.
Like, hour 9.
I don't know. I never got into cars, man. Other than collecting baseball cars, that was it.
I can see that. It's very Mexican of you.
That,
I collect baseball cards. And you played baseball too, didn't you? Well,
yeah,
who
I
was
play-
your
I play.
favorite player growing up?
Roberto Clemente for everybody in Puerto Rico.
I thought it was going to be Vladimir Guerrero. Fuck. I was all on Guerrero, dude.
No,
Yeah, I know.
but he's from Dominican Republic, though, right? Vladimir Guerrero. Yeah, he's Dominican.
I don't know.
So no, Roberto Clemente was our idol. Actually, it's everybody's idols to this day.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know who he is, but agreed.
I do.
Wow.
I used to know baseball things.
What?
Yeah. So back in the day, we're talking 2011.
Back in the day.
Oh no. So 2000. No. My timeline's wrong. So I have head trauma. 2000, probably 4 and 3.
Okay.
There was a tabletop sports card dice game. It was a card and dice game where you would roll a dice. You would build your team out of cards, and those cards had number stats on them. And me and my buddy Will, we would literally go to his basement where he had a baseball diamond set up on a table, and we would play this card game. It was a tabletop baseball game. And I remember I had a Vladimir Guerrero card, which was one of my best fucking hitters.
I thought I knew Baddie.
Yeah, he played with the Expos.
Yep, Expos a long time because Vermont's minor league team was the Vermont Expos, which is why I was like, oh, fucking Vladimir Guerrero. So yeah,
so we talking about.
And after we played that, we would play Lord of the Rings, the miniature battle game. That was back when Games Workshop did a Lord of the Rings tabletop.
Where you played baseball and then Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Just cool down after swinging some home runs, stealing some bases.
Was he the pitcher or was he the catcher?
I know.
I was the nerd who played baseball. What do you want from me?
Yes, this is good. I
I
love
played
baseball.
baseball back then.
I just picture it's like, well, get back at those jocks. I hit a home run for 3
I wasn't
points.
then, but
I bunt and steal base.
you could really do that. You would roll a dice, and the card would be like, oh, a 1 through 9, this happens. A 20, this happens, bro. I don't know.
I hate people.
That had to be
winning
fun. I never seen that. It would have been fun.
That was one of the. I totally forgot. I don't even remember what the name. I still thought it was a Tops thing. It had to have been a Tops thing. I don't know if you remember what it's called. Put it in the comments below. But that game was one of the most fun card games I've ever played in my life.
Virgin Baseball 2003.
I guess that one you piano,
You played Diablo. Shut up, Eli.
I'm not fucking hitting fake baseballs in my imagination.
Eli, your D&D character just died.
I'm fine with that.
Damn.
I'm fine with the King Griffey Jr.
Oh, man.
Don't you dare bring up him like that. How dare you?
Oh, man.
I didn't even know this card game existed.
Yeah, I forgot. I literally that was a core memory unlocked right there. I was like, oh my god, Will, we used to. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Well, MTG, going back to it.
So all right. We've talked about this every now and then. Every couple of weeks we talk about this because a new thing comes out. Magic the Gathering, the original trading card game, is doing a crossover with Lord of the Rings, where they're making Lord of the Rings themed Magic cards. Whatever, not a big deal. In this thing, though, they have started doing things like serialized cards. So there are only 300. It's like 1 out of 300, 500 out of, or 5 out of 300, whatever. Serialized cards, got a cool gold stamp on it. They are making a 1 ring. So like the ring from Lord of the Rings. And it is a 1 of 1. And they're just dropping it randomly into circulation. At first, there was a $100,000 bounty to find this card, which is already one of the most expensive Magic cards you're going to find. The only things that were in that price range were like the original 1993, 1994 alpha and beta, before the game was really released, cards. The bounty is now over $2 million. That's insane. And this is one company. There are still multiple $100,000 bounties, multiple $500,000 bounties, a couple $1 million bounties to find a singular Magic card that is just randomly in circulation.
Wow.
This sweet. $2 million fucking dollars for a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, just a little card.
Like, it's crazy when you see Pokemon cards. Like, the original Pokemon cards, Charizard, first edition, it's graded. And, you know, these are, like, graded cards. This is a card out of the pack. Just
no grade.
This is actually, now that you say it, it's probably one of the most expensive raw, that's what they're calling them before they're great, raw cards ever.
This will be the most expensive raw card because, I mean, this is catching up to, this surpassed every card.
I mean, we're in like original rookie baseball card, or like, you know, football, all that original card.
But they
ranges.
did those things where it's like, I remember that lady on like the old roadside show that had her, she had like the original
Power 9, yeah.
White Sox. No, well, the White Sox.
Oh, yep.
Like autographed before there wasn't even a team. And it was worth like $1 million or 1.5 million. And it's like all the players. This is an individual card that is worth $2 million without even being seen yet, which is fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
It's probably
so
gonna go
nobody
up.
know how it looks like either. So when you get it, you have to look at the name. I'm guessing,
Well,
right?
no, well, it has a very specific look to it, and it's written in Elvish,
Yeah.
and then it says
Sindarin. Or no, I think the One Ring's written in the Dark language.
Yeah,
Mordor's,
the dark-
right?
yeah,
not
Mordor's,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
and it says 1-1.
Juan.
Juan.
Okay,
That's
Juan.
over 35.
So have you seen the picture of it yet?
Yeah, they've
Okay,
released
so
what
they've
it's gonna
released it.
look
Okay,
like.
yeah.
Looks
Because
so
imagine, you know,
good.
you got the car, put it on the side. 'cause
Well, that's the thing. Any
Any
collector would know,
No,
of
but
course.
a child could
what I'm
potentially
saying.
get a fucking pack
because
and
it's
chew
in a
on
singular pack. It's not like you have to buy a case or a box. You could buy a singular pack from a store,
And get
rip
it.
that card, and just be like, "Oh, this is cool. It's a serialized card." And now you have a $2 million piece of cardboard. And it's only, let's be real, it's gonna go up.
Right, yeah.
Like, we're in what's called pre-release for Magic. Like, the set dropped a couple days ago, technically, for pre-release. So you can go to your local game store and get a pack. You can't order it online or anything like that. I will say, 2 of my boxes showed up at my house. They shipped them for pre-release. So I have 2 boxes at home.
When you're excited, you're like, oh,
Bro, you have no idea. To be honest, I know it's not in it right now. There's no way they're gonna drop it for the initial.
don't put that
wave.
curse on yourself, Ricky Bobby. Okay.
I
believe in you.
$2 million.
take me to the store. I want to get a couple singles.
Yeah, Dad.
I imagine.
Buying lottery tickets.
After
bro.
this, we're going to the game store. Bring the camera. Straight up.
Yeah,
We'll
or
do it.
just be like, all right, dude, I'm just picturing. It's the chances of a random opening this though, because it'd be like Ryden opening. Ryden would film it. I would see it later. Ryden would be like, oh, I'm opening my cards. Oh, we got this. And he set him down in front of it because I know he could do it perfectly. Be like, oh, I got all the cards. Okay. Just go run cars into him right after. I'm like, buddy, you recorded the whole thing. Have you destroying the card too?
I like that. You have to Tism finger
He's like,
waltz.
Daddy, here we go. It's broke. I'm like, oh my God, son. Just upload my
Like, it is just an insane thought that this card is worth so much already. Like, Wizards, like, these collector boxes are normally $350, $340, something like that. Like, aftermarket price, normally they're a little over $300, I believe, for stores to buy. Right now they're selling for over $450 a box. And it only goes up if the card is not found. So a lot of these bounties have a stipulation. If you find it, you cannot share that you found it.
Damn.
Because they don't want people to know that it's found.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, this is all third party. Imagine a major trading card, because there are card dealers out there that'll buy hundreds of these cases of 6 boxes per case, hundreds of these cases to resell. They get that one card, they know it's there. They can just keep raising the fucking price, and people are gonna keep buying it.
Right.
Oh yeah,
because the card's not found.
Correct. Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sad. Now that you say that is a hard one where you're like, okay, I can upload this video to the internet and guarantee millions of views, or I could hold on to it and drive up the price for millions of dollars.
But you have to.
Oh,
But at that point, now you're talking a crazy investment. How if you have that card, as me and you on Unsub here, we're like, oh, Unsub found the card. Do we just start buying boxes?
I don't know.
Because like,
Well,
sure,
that's the thing. It's like we could cash in real quick.
It's like playing the stock market. You're
Yeah.
money
but
into
that's
a
it.
boost.
When it comes to Magic cards, there's an entire third-party aftermarket that's like the stock market, like with prices going up and down. Fucking Alpha Investments, Rudy, you're the man. Is got a channel dedicated to this stuff that I'm addicted to because the amount of money these old boxes and even some of the newer ones are worth is wild. It makes no sense. Trading cards are the original NFT. It's all a scam.
It's pieces of cardboard that magically just turned into like,
Why
this is
is
worth
our
a
paper
metric
money
shit
worth
ton.
things?
Because somebody says it is. With a gun. Lots of
Not a
guns.
national treasury anymore.
Like back in the day when you had like gold coins, it made sense. You're like, this is a material that can run out. When you can print paper, like 100%. You could print a Black Lotus and be like,
What is it now? It's not the federal man. What did it change? JFK tried to bring the dollar back under the federal government, and then
I know the story, but I don't know.
I can't remember the
speak
name.
about it. Yeah.
What is
the National Reserve, the Federal
Reserve? Yeah. Who mints our
You live
money?
in
There's a
fucking
whole
Fort Knox.
thing.
You were with the gold.
You know what?
Where's all
I don't
gold
know
at?
if there's gold there or not. I don't know. I know that's security everywhere in that thing.
That's
So
what I would say.
There has to be a gold,
There
right?
has to be something there.
The-
They got security
Blink
cameras
twice if
everywhere.
there's
You're
gold
not
there.
allowed to go there. It says do not enter here. And
Is there parts where you cannot go on?
you can't go at all in that little building where they got the gold.
Oh, there's an actual building for
It's
that?
a building, yeah. It's outside before you go to the military base,
They got landmines and stuff, don't they?
and they had all this wire around it. And
I swear they have
Okay,
minefields.
when I get back, I take a picture. Actually, you can go, but I take a picture and I'll send it to you.
Wait, okay, hold on. This is not inside the base, it's outside the base?
Outside, it's go inside the base and it's to the left.
But you're inside the base and then it's to the left.
No,
It's
you
outside
can see
the
it.
base.
Yeah, from the highway before you go inside the base.
What can you see? Okay,
It's to your
yes, you
left.
can see it, but is it inside the base's gate?
Territory, yeah, territory, but not where the gate is at. It's behind inside the.
Do you have to go through the gate, Zex?
You go to the gate.
Okay, so
No, but you can't get into that building. You can get into that building without having to go to the gate.
Wait.
Yes, because it's like when you come out of the gate, I'm leaving the base. It's to my right.
Okay, but
Right,
then there's
it's
a whole bunch of, and then there's mines and shit.
I heard.
I don't know.
I watched a documentary way back when they said they have the perimeter fence. They have like minefields. I could be wrong. Somebody could fact check me on that. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard.
I don't know. I never heard.
I mean, it's all the gold in the United States, so they're going to
I'll
protect
make a
it.
little video and I'll send it to you.
I
We're
know,
not allowed
because
to take
you
videos.
just
Actually,
did
I'm
it.
gonna have to do it very quiet because it says no drones, no video taking.
That's if you wanted to know what his calls are. Sometimes it's that we're like, what is it, inside or outside? He's like, no, it's inside, but if you can go on the outside of the gate and take a right, it's there.
So
Like,
it's,
what?
it's a
Guy is
Exactly.
right there.
My man's giving away national secrets on unsubscribe.
Oh, Mass Sarn over here just leaking all those national secrets.
That is open.
He's like, the
to
passcode
public.
is 43218. Okay, you walk in.
69.
Ask for Fred. He'll let you in. Zags, you're terrible at this job.
Oh man, I gotta get the community confused. Where's it at? So they don't find it.
Yes, by saying you can see it from the freeways, we're really throwing
Fort
it
Knox
off.
is a secret.
But it's
Nobody knows.
It literally says- I'll take a video. I'll send it to you. You can see it from the highway.
Yeah, take a photo from the inside for us.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna
all the cameras,
Yeah, draw
the
a
guard
map
hours.
of how to get through
We're
it.
gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
The
I
no,
choked on it.
please. Which was
Declaration of Independence.
National Treasure, great movie. It's
Great
awesome.
movie.
Great,
Thank you.
fantastic.
Sorry, I've had White Claw today.
Declarations
Declarations.
of
It
independence.
is before 2 p.m. and I'm drinking vodka and White Claw. Shut the fuck up.
We're having a good old time.
It's
We're
good,
like,
man. It's empty though.
what? Yours is already gone.
guess
Why don't
you need
ask
another
for
one.
A new one, bro.
I appreciate.
I'm almost there.
Whatever you need, doctor.
Oh, side note, did any of you watch fucking? I'm halfway through the new I'm a Fast and Furious movie.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I checked out a long time ago, man.
Wait,
I think I saw the one. What was the one after Fast and the Tokyo Drift? That Fast
5?
and Furious.
Fast and it might be
Because
fast.
it was Fast and Furious.
4. No, it's Fast 4.
Was it Fast 4? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I it was Fast 5 with the one where they were.
Or maybe it was
The
Fast.
safe.
No, because
dragging
Fast
on the
5
highway.
was a thing. So I think Fast 4 was
Fast
was
and
technically
Furious.
it was just Fast and Furious.
We need to watch all of them.
No, we don't.
No.
Because this one gets so
know, man.
like I was watching the new one and it was the first time I'm like, wait, there's a giant bomb going down. They're gonna explode the Vatican.
Remember when they used to race cars?
Remember?
Right?
Yes.
Remember when it was about racing cars, dope cars.
Now they're flying.
Well, they were
cars
Yeah, they go to
fly.
space.
dude. That's the thing. You can hard cut from the first one where they're stealing TVs. That's it.
Out of a fucking semi truck.
Fighting fucking.
VCRs, TVs, bro.
They were beating up truckers.
DVD players.
Just beating up truckers, and now they're flying in space fighting governments.
Saving the planet. Superheroes.
Yeah,
You know what this reminds
submarines.
me of? Do you remember? Do you guys remember? Obviously, Tropic Thunder, one of the greatest movies of all time. Do you remember the fake character Ben Stiller played about the act? He was an action movie star. He was basically playing in Mission Impossible Tom Cruise. And at the end, it was like, we gotta burn the world to save the world. And he was going through all the crazy movie titles that he was a part of.
Somebody left the fridge open.
Oh yeah. What were they called? What, Inferno? Oh fuck! What were they called?
I don't fucking remember.
What a great
anymore.
movie, though.
Dude, that was the best. Do you know what we're talking about? It was like Inferno 4. Ooh, Ice Age. That was it. Was
Somebody
like,
left the fridge
yeah,
open.
it's like
I watched the
Blaze
movie.
Radikins or whatever his name is. Somebody left the fridge open. He has a baby. on his fucking thing.
Baby strapped to his chest.
I remember the movie.
Because it was that and Booty Sweat.
Bust the Nut Bar and Booty Sweat.
Yeah,
I will never forget Bust the Nut Bar and Booty
Yo,
Sweat.
give me that booty sweat. Booty sweat. It was an entire rap song. That was one of the things was Ben Stiller talking about that. Well, it was Robert Downey Jr. because he did his character. And they were he was freaked out. But Ben Stiller's character, Simple Jack, is the only reason he didn't get heat.
Yep.
And that's so crazy. He was like, oh, I was fucking terrified. He's like, but then for whatever reason, everyone just shifted blame to Ben
Scorcher,
Stiller.
not Inferno.
Scorcher.
Scorcher. 4.
Scorcher 6. Somebody left the fridge. Jesus Christ. I could watch Tropic Thunder every day forever. That like if there was one movie to bring to like the desert island, you had one movie to watch forever. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
I gotta
10.
watch it. It's been years.
it's 10 out of
so I'm
10,
gonna have to
man.
watch it again.
Toby Maguire. They're rubbing the beads.
I've been a very bad boy.
I've got a confession.
Oh my God.
All the characters in that were so fucking. That was just like the perfect military movie of making fun of it.
It was. It really fucking was.
They fear no death. Because it's like people are blowing up their whole
Red Dragon!
We have Simple Jack.
You are Simple Jack. It's a fucking
We are Fire Dragon.
licking the head. It's just drinking it. And they're like, they fear no death.
This ain't no smoke and mirrors. This motherfucker's dead.
He steps on the lip.
Just vaporizes.
Vaporizes. He picks up his head. He's like, just like doing all the gross shit.
This
And
looks
just,
super real.
come on, guys.
Oh my God.
And then fucking
man.
Jack Black's addicted.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. And it's like 3 seconds later. Your mother's a whore. I'm a fucking killer. I didn't mean that, man. This is a fucking joke. He's like, just give me the fucking drugs. I just need it. I need it so bad.
That entire movie is just
Quotable.
quotable. I don't. Are there still quotable movies? Is that a thing anymore?
I don't know, man. Comedies have slowly been going.
Well, nothing's funny anymore. So
Wait, yeah. Wait, is
When's the last quotable movie that came out? Like actual quotable movie? I can't think of one.
that actually hurts
Recently.
my soul.
Like in
well,
the
okay.
past
But
2
here's
years.
the argument to that. We're no longer in our formative years. Our brains are on the decline. We're
changing.
We don't retain things like we used to. I could quote every fucking movie that came out from 2001 to 2000. I'm gonna say 12. that period, Step Brothers, anything Will Ferrell, anything Ben Stiller, Meet
What
the
about Ace
Parents.
Ventura?
Ace Ventura. Oh my God, Pet Detective. The second one, When Nature Calls, the best one. But like that entire
Genre.
that raunchy comedy. That's I don't have to say anymore. Is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are
I don't
you
think so.
18 right now?
we
What
just getting
movies
old?
do you quote movies?
Zex,
Pineapple
you can
Express,
go, like,
dude. You remember that shit?
Pineapple Express is one of my favorites.
Gone with the Wind. What movies can you remember?
Charlie Chaplin was your favorite actor, right?
What was?
I think I remember John Wayne back in the days.
How was the Wizard of Oz in movie theaters?
The
Seeing color come to the cinema.
I grew up in the Clint Eastwood time. You know what I'm saying?
The what?
Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I was like, what's
Is
Clint?
that the good, the bad,
Clint
the ugly?
Eastwood.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I've seen
Those,
it.
Pale
that's where I
Rider.
grew up in that
Yep.
time.
Mhm.
That's the
Tombstone later.
Yeah.
Westerns.
cowboy movie.
Cleanliest wood is what I heard. I thought he was talking about really clean
Eli, you're
wood
being racist right now. Stop it.
to my own people. It's fine.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think it is.
Is it?
Can you hate on white people?
I don't think I'm supposed to.
I'm gonna get banned from Twitch tomorrow. Stop it.
Dude, that's our running joke. Is Sergeant Heine gets banned for playing with me for shit I say. I mean, Baddie feels the same way. Baddie's the one that will get canceled from this podcast for me saying Eli stuff.
Slowly just like sinking down underneath
No.
the table.
I'm trying to cover the white tattoos, man. Like, that's my job. No, you cannot be the one ashamed to be on this podcast. That is my job. How dare
No
you?
comment.
Baddie just comes in with a
I was like,
really
no,
dark
no,
tan.
No, I'm just gonna keep getting tattoos, man.
He's like, I'm Mexican now. Eli. I'm like, oh.
Sub essay.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna say it like that too.
Some essay. He has a leaf blower on his back.
Oh
Wow.
wow!
Ramos, bro.
Jesus, Eli.
Damn
it.
That sounds like cut it. Cut it. It's a wrap. We're going on a rock. Everybody in formation.
I knew that was coming.
I like it's like, where's people's line at in the comfortability of their own skin?
You know what's so cool?
And
He
people.
got the shirt. You can do the cholo move.
No, well, he looks like
top button
Yeah,
and shit.
that's the top button.
I live in
Unplug
Mexico.
here.
I'm a quarter Mexican.
So top this one here. Unplug
You gotta
the
do
other
the
ones.
rest.
And you just gotta go.
I'm
down.
trying not to get banned from Twitch.
All right, I have a confession.
Right now, you
I like
look
his
like
sign.
Paul Bunyan. You look like just
I have a confession. Back before I was on Twitch, before I was on YouTube, before I did anything, I worked in digital advertising and website support and doing that shit. I had to wear, button ups and shit like that for the last bit of my job. I was a to the top button guy.
to the top or
the
like
top.
the bottom
With
open?
the ink coming out?
Oh yeah. Well, actually,
wait.
no, I didn't have any ink then. I
just-
only had hand tattoos then.
Just
You,
none of the
No,
other-
no, they were all done,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was to the top. I was yeah.
you had to
Yeah.
look so nerdy, like very smart.
Wait,
kid.
what kind of
I
shirt
did. I
was
still
it?
had like flannel.
You
Not,
use your
I
glass.
mean,
You use your glasses and everything.
Yeah.
like a white shirt, just like a plain white. I
no,
hate
not
you in a
plain white shirt. You
buttoned
fuck.
up to the.
Like
that's
like
all
a
I vision. And I
plaid
hate it.
and.
No, I fucking hate it. I hate fucking Baddie with a white button-up shirt with his
Khaki
It was
with
never.
a pin
Okay,
guard.
there was definitely khaki pants.
pants.
I definitely had to wear some khaki
His
pants.
fucking ink guard fucking pocket, and I'm hating this
What
image
the
in my
fuck?
head.
Why you gotta do me like that?
It's
Why
like,
you-
yeah, my tattoos were. I'm like, yeah, but you had that stupid
I
fucking
did
white
have hand
button-up
tattoos.
shirt.
Oh my god.
There was no neck tattoos though.
Yeah, and then I just picture your beard.
No, I did. Yeah, the
I
beard
know,
was- yeah.
but it was
there.
buttoned all the way up. I don't like this. This is my least version. My favorite version of Baddie is this
Your
one.
least favorite version of me?
Yeah.
That's so hurtful.
Button up Baddie. Yeah,
Button up, Baddie.
that's his name. Button up Baddie. I fucking hate this. Work
Button
white,
up Baddie.
White collar Baddie.
What about your hair? What's your style? What's your style in your hair?
Same thing I have right now. It
Same
wasn't
thing,
as
long
long,
hair?
but
Okay.
yeah, it was still like a little man bun or some shit or backwards hat. So I was wearing a button up with. I used to. My boss did not like me for a while because like I'm me still, but I wanted a big promotion and I was good at my job, so they gave me the big promotion. But I had to dress up nice for it. But I'd still be like walking into the office. I had my backwards hat on. Red Bull. I'd be half asleep at my fucking desk.
Because you slept 3 hours. a night.
Two hours a night. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Oof.
Yeah, he used to work, and I was like, why don't you try quitting one of these things?
I did.
And now this is infinitely more better because you.
Yeah,
do-
now I drink at 2 p.m. Well, I did that then too. We used to let it, if it was after 3 p.m. at my job, we could drink. It was okay.
That's a pretty cool job.
And we used to bring kegs in. Yeah, it was like the Google of Vermont. It was just like that web dev, like everything was pods. You could do whatever you wanted. It was really fun. It was kind of a great job. But whenever we had kegs, because we'd bring kegs into the office, they were always in front of my desk. That became a problem.
Temptation.
Wait,
Love a keg at my desk at work.
$2.59. Hold on.
It's time to drink. Yeah.
Oh, no,
You just wait for it.
You know, the worst part was for when I first started, I worked the late shift, which I showed up at 11 and I worked till like 8 or I did 10 to 7. So you weren't allowed to drink till 3. So if I'm showing up at 11, I was drinking from 3 till fucking 7 or 8. Everyone else was, there at 7 or 8 a.m. So it got pretty wild on the late shift.
I'm trying to remember like work days. Like those times have been so long for a corporate style job for me. It's been
About a minute.
12 years. 12 years since I did any kind of like, and that was personal training, which isn't very corporate. I had one at the Moga when I was working for my first video production company, and that a video game company too. And that was still just like surreal, but it's artsy. Flip flops didn't change much on how I dress. I was like, I still go in and do everything. But a uniform job was personal training. So the last time I actually put on a uniform was like, there we go. Got my red shirt on. Got my workout shorts on. Let's tell people what to do. I can't even picture that now. I would feel fucking awkward as shit going into a place like that.
Do you own clothes like that at all? Do you?
I have a suit. I have a nice suit.
I got a nice suit. Yeah, I got a bunch of ties. I used to love wearing ties.
I don't. I only had like 2 ties.
I probably have 30 ties.
I just do the single knot loose.
I just got the
Double Windsor.
green uniform side. That's
Man,
the
you
army
fuck with a
tie.
Trinity
That's it.
knot. Google
I don't-
that shit.
I don't like
Trinity
ties.
knot.
Trinity.
I don't like ties. I just use them because the army makes me use them.
Really? I love it.
Yeah, because a green uniform. You know.
I
the
look
new
good.
ones
I
are-
look good in a fucking suit and a shirt, a button up all the way up. I do. I know it.
You like ties though? Like going doubles?
Absolutely I love ties.
Like a double Windsor?
No, I rock a Trinity knot almost every time.
This is a super thick boy.
No, it's thinner than a double Windsor, but
okay.
it's like it looks like a like it's 3 triangles.
Yeah.
it looks really good.
They only do a single because doubles you start getting like this fat.
Yeah, it gets
stack.
wide,
Everything's like, have you seen my quad tie? And you're like, no, it looks like ass.
No,
Like this
man,
pops
the
out.
fuck?
It's just a little tongue. Everything's used.
I just like an
building
excuse
it.
to dress up now, like because I don't ever dress up. I wear fucking shorts and sweatpants and a t-shirt or a tank top 90% of my life. It's how I live. So if I get a chance to dress up, like I love fancy shoes. I own a bunch of like really crazy nice fancy shoes. I like a fancy. You see my crazy shoes? I don't know. I like fancy shoes.
Dude,
That's my. I'll wear like a gray suit, match the tie to the shoots.
I still wear flip flops, but my nice flip flops. when I'm
They're not
wearing my
nice.
suit.
They're just instead of $20 flip flops, they're $50 flip flops.
Nice flip flops. Oh my god. They have little bullets on each one.
Combat flip flops. Use code CUM20.
It's
It's not a real thing. It's not a thing yet.
And yeah,
Somebody's like,
do you guys want to work something out? This is the only company I've tried to work with them multiple times. I'm like, come on, bros. Fucking throw me a goddamn line. I love your product. People tag you in my shit because I wear chanclas all the goddamn time. I'm like, oh, god.
Deadly weapons.
Oh.
All right. So I got to ask a question here.
go for it.
Air Force, right?
Yep.
Like active Air Force.
I was active 10 years, security
10
forces.
years?
Yep.
Okay.
Then retired for seizures. And then became a streamer.
Now, what made you go like, yeah, I want to play video games for a living? What was that line for you?
That's deep. That's a deep conversation.
No, it's not. Don't say that. It's
It is.
fucking,
No, it's like mental health and all that kind of stuff. 'Cause,
Really?
Like, yeah, when, a lot of veterans out there struggle to find purpose when you get out, right?
Yeah,
you're just
100%.
like, oh man, I got no purpose. What do I do? Most veterans go through that phase of depression and trying to find
Alcohol.
purpose, substance abuse, all sorts of stuff. I went through my phase and I was like, man, I really enjoy playing video games and streamers are cool. Let me give it a shot. And found purpose. Here I am.
And now, have you had a seizure on stream yet?
What the fuck, Eli? No, I haven't. No.
Well,
We've had Chris, I'll be Ricky
that
Bobby.
the guy that passes out if he laughs hard. Which one is it?
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. This is actually a good.
We got a buddy, he plays Tarkov. I don't want to name him. He's a moderator for a close friend of ours. You're awesome. I don't want to, but if he laughs too hard, he will pass out.
Interesting.
So myself and Kings or whoever we're gaming with that day may attempt to be funny to an extreme.
There's clips and it's the greatest clip ever because he's like, like a. Okay,
fucking
seriously.
15 seconds.
Yeah, dude, he just straight passes.
I gotta see that clip.
That's why I'm like,
I'm 90% sure the last time it happened, at least that I was there for, he was wearing a unicorn helmet, like a little child's bike helmet too, just to be safe in case he, passed out. He didn't want to hit his head. It's dangerous.
Right, yeah.
So
never
dangerous.
heard that. This is
No Caesars.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But you take meds now for it.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, see, you good, dog. When did those just come up out of, like later in life?
Again, very long conversation. Maybe we could talk about it after stream, but it's actually newer to veterans, my type of seizure.
Really?
Yeah, so we can talk about it off stream. I don't want it because it's a long story. So.
You're like, fuck you guys. We don't have time for that on this podcast where we need to talk.
Well, I mean, I could go into it, but like, I don't want to take over your podcast. So.
Go into it.
Go
No,
live.
please
I
do.
wanna
That's
hear
why
this.
you're
Zex,
here.
you wanna hear this?
You
Go.
are here because we want you to take over the podcast.
So there's a seizure where they're actually arguing whether or not it is a seizure because a seizure has to show up on your brain waves when they're doing their things.
Absolutely.
So they label it as a psychogenic non-epileptic episode.
Oh, okay. No, absolutely. No.
You've heard of those?
I have, just because I have my own brain fucking issues from a stroke, a minor stroke, whatever the fuck, an acute, oh my God, I can't remember what the fuck the inner ear thing is called for me, but
Equilibrium.
it's an acute something that affects my equilibrium and horizontal nystagmus, all this and that. But I have actually heard of this, so and specifically because of the non-epileptic part. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. So it's newer because people coming back with TBI and other issues from combat and stuff. It's a newer type of seizure that's just happening, and they're like, we don't know how to treat this.
Yeah.
So they're just treating with mental health. They're trying medications, and now they're finally starting to come out with specialists who have been researching it. So it's a very new thing that's happening to veterans now. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that wasn't a long story.
Yeah, and they can manifest in so many different ways. Like people have, God damn it.
I know. I was like, this is going to take a minute 30.
Almost made
And
me
he's
think.
going to be just like, I'm sorry I took it over, guys. Do you need an intermission? Everyone go pee. I'll finish this story real
No, like,
quick.
so realistically, like, I'm glad you bring this up because I'm sure there are other people that are dealing with something like this, or like I know when I talk about my fucking brain thing, because it's not a stroke, it's not a seizure, but I went blind. I couldn't walk or move. I was literally stuck in a bed for a week, and then I still have nonstop equilibrium problems where I fall over. People were like, "Holy shit, that happened to me. That happened to my wife. I didn't know what the fuck was going on." I'm like, yeah, like so if there is something to talk about like that, absolutely let people know, specifically within the veteran community, because we all know we're all big, dumb, stupid fucking men, and we won't go to the doctor unless we're bleeding out of our assholes. And even then, we're like, what if we just plug it? It's fine.
We can just be bleeding out. It's, unless something's happening to the PP is when we'll actually like
Dick
go to
problems?
the doctor.
Yeah, we'll go to the
instantly
doctor.
we're like, I thought that burned a little when I pee. I need to go to the doctor right now. That's
It's
just-
like, now
I
that
felt-
you mention, it did hurt a lot to just pee.
Dude, I hate when you get in that headspace too, when you go on like, you went single. You know that time frame where you're just single having a fun time.
Nah,
And then it's
never.
like, yeah, never.
I was never single, ever.
never had bad
I was
experience.
never got banned on Tinder, never used any of those other.
And then those moments when you pee and you're like, wait, did that burn? I don't know. Did that burn? I need to go get checked. That might have burned. And then it's in your head. And then you go get tested and you have like a few days to wait.
Dude,
and you're like,
those are the worst 4 days of your life.
yeah. You wake up and you're like, why am I sweating wrong? I think I probably have AIDS. Let's be honest. This is definitely
Bro,
AIDS.
mental health is wild because you can go through a situation, whether I'm not talking about just your junk, but like if you're sick in a way or something's wrong and you're waiting, bro, suddenly I can't sleep. I got night sweats. I'm like, fucking, I can't stop moving my legs. What's wrong with me? You get the negative result. You're like, oh, I'm fine. Never mind. Okay.
And that's it. You read negative and everything stops. Your blood goes like, like you bleed back inside yourself. You're like,
So
never mind.
makes you wonder how many times in your life you had anxiety and you start feeling sick. And you're like, maybe that was just anxiety. I was never sick at all. You know,
Dude, so like I have anxiety attacks. I get very, very bad anxiety attacks still to this day because of this minor stroke thing. That's when it all really like manifested and started for me. And I'm like looking back, you know, in 2015, 2016, when these first started happening, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know what it was. I didn't ever want to talk about it. And like, now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm having an anxiety attack. This is going to be bad for the next like fucking 4 hours. And I know that. But looking back on your mental health and being like, oh, I should have gotten I should have been to a doctor.
We got big first Sarge over here. Fucking, that's the one thing I will say, getting lower enlisted and how you guys combat that now, or putting in something into place where mental health, having the individuals talk about it, or it's like, hey, something's wrong body wise, even at that lower enlisted versus what we did, which is not go to sick hall, not do a goddamn thing. You're like, nah, because you will get fucked up. If
Bro,
but this is the thing. Like, let me talk about that for a second.
Please
So
do.
You
Yeah.
say new soldiers and stuff like that. I work as a liaison, right, for the Army National Guard at the 43rd Reception Battalion. So I was the NCOIC. I ran the show right there for the National Guard. And I remember times has changed for the soldiers, man. Kids just want to go to a doctor every day to complain about something just to get out or to get a VA disability. They're very soft.
Oh, really? So it's so different now.
So it's so different, yeah. So as a liaison, my job is to make it, I got to keep them in the training pipe. They can't leave this place. They got to graduate, so I got to mentor those kids. So when they go to reception, the first couple of days they're there, just doing a transition, they'll come in, I got to call mom. I got some problems. And no, you're not going to call mom for that. You're already here. You say bye. No, but I got my cat or I got my dog. I miss my family. They miss the animals. Think about it for a second. So what happened is they break through, they start crying, and me, okay, I'm gonna give you a break to call your mom and dad because you want to say no, but at the same time, okay, let me give you a break. Maybe that will fix the problem. But no, it makes it worse.
Yeah, because
now they use the excuse.
It's the positive feedback loop for negative behaviors.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what happened is, they got this Facebook forums or Reddit, forums out there. Yeah, guess what they do? How to get out of the military. Well, say you got this, and that.
Oh, and then now.
So now they leave my office, right? Because they know they talk between each other, and because they remember when they're reception, they like 50 of them all packed up, sitting down next to each other, and you can't move. You went to that, and they all sit down in reception. They talk. So now they go from there. I gotta see the doctor, mental health, and they make up the craziest stories, man. I've seen the craziest.
Take their
stories.
shoelaces, give them the crazy vest, 24-hour watch. I got it.
And it's sad. We're losing soldiers just at the reception only because they're not strong enough mentally to stay an extra 10 weeks. Which is actually the hardest time in the Army is always going to be the first 2 weeks because it's when they break you.
Literally the first 2 weeks.
That's what I always say. It's like just make it past Hell Week or Red Week. The first 3 weeks, then your brain it's just a shift. It is conditioning. It's like with dieting, exercise, anything.
Bro, you're just going to get yelled
so
at.
So don't give up. That's what I'm trying to say. Look, when I came into the military, man, I came because, and it's a personal story. I was in a bad neighborhood, so I joined to do great things in my career, and I joined. And I'm glad I did. Even though I had a break in service, I'm glad I did because look where I'm at sitting now.
Yeah.
Man Sergeant soon, hopefully one day Sergeant Major for Sergeant. That's my goal.
Well, not after this podcast ruins it, but
you're gone. What, you grew up in a bad neighborhood?
This is going to be edited.
Where did we land, Sergeant?
This is going to be edited?
Yeah. Sergeant, where do we land in Warzone? Where do we land in Warzone? He grew up in a bad neighborhood.
Oh my God, Section 8 house.
That's literally what we call our landing spot.
Section 8.
We name it because it's just like the podunk area.
oh, motherfucker.
Okay, go on, Zach.
But so go back. My stories are too long, but I'm glad that we brought this up, and I'm glad he's sharing that kind of stuff because we as men, we got too much pride to say we're dealing with struggles. And the panic attack that you're saying, if you may already meet my wife Vanessa, she'll tell you, I was going to the hospital for 2 years and a half, 2 years, almost and a half, every
2.5
years. 2.5 years. To the ER. 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah,
I was having panic attacks, and I would have anxiety disorder and stuff, man. And the doctors could never find a lot of things. My face would fall numb, my leg, and I started having a lot of things. Anyway, through faith and just staying positive and praying, a lot of things, it went away finally. But it was one of those things that I'm glad you brought up because a lot of you guys out there are struggling with a lot of things in your life, and you don't want to let go somehow. So you need to find a way to get with veterans like
go
us
to a fucking doctor too.
Yeah, and get checked.
Who did we just have on that went to a doctor?
Who was that?
Oh my God.
Son of a bitch. Was it Che? No. Someone literally Matt.
Oh, it was Matt.
Yeah, Matt was like, go to a doctor because we called it go to a doctor.
There's a Matt Best episode in the pipeline, guys. The audio is on a memory card and it's missing. We're trying to find it.
Not the memory card. The audio is there. We have the memory card. It is whenever Matt is on.
Oh my God.
You can go back. Matt has been on 3 episodes. And
every single episode, something goes wrong.
Every fucking episode. We will have a good track record.
It's such a fucking funny episode. We talk about going to the doctor the entire time. And we literally do. Matt went to a doctor. We talk about it the whole fucking time.
So we plug it.
Great.
And then I go home like, you ought to be fucking kidding. We even make a joke on that episode as it's starting. It's like, oh, Matt's here. something's gonna fuck up. Probably the audio. Memory card. Only time it's ever happened.
It wasn't my fault.
It didn't. Yeah, the memory card just, whatever reason, glitched out. And then we had to pull it out, put it back in.
We put in a new one, actually. We ran out of a different memory card.
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck's going on? This is weird. Oh, and that's what we're dealing with right now. But yeah, go to a doctor. There you go, doctor. Go to a doctor. That's our doctor.
Realistically,
Liquid
what we're
doctor.
trying to get
I'm
to here
dressed
is
like a
like,
little
go to a
doctor
doctor
today.
if you're not doing good. Talk to your fucking buddies. Like that's all it comes down to. And if you're thinking about joining the fucking military, it's gonna suck for the first 3 weeks. After that, like you can only do so many push-ups. What are you gonna do? Not do another push-up? Oh no, you're fine. You're gonna get yelled at. Whatever. Just get yelled at.
Smoke a rock. What are you gonna say?
I say, not to mention, if you can't make it through boot camp, how are you going to survive in life?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, like
seriously,
realistically,
like-
dude, it sets you up for life in such an amazing way.
Dude, that, I will say it. Like that is one thing I really like about the military, and it's one of my biggest takeaways is those experiences. How shitty or whatever you have to deal with it, and you get really good at dealing with bullshit. Coming away from it, like civilian world, it's way easier on a lot of aspects because you're not 5 a.m. Hey, hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Till fucking 9 a.m. at a range in the cold with no cold weather gear, and you're like,
It's raining.
I'm fine. Life is good. And you're like almost dying. Or, yeah.
Who, sir?
Sleeping next to your buddies because it's fucking cold as shit, and
Yep.
you're on you're doing a motto, or you're doing a surprise ambush for 4 hours, and because it's training. Is part of it. But I will say is what you're saying, there needs to be a fine medium where you're getting soldiers know that they can go to the sick hall to report stuff if they're injured or they're feeling a certain way in their head. And not just like, this is hard, I want to fucking quit. And going to that extreme. But you just find a nice medium so when you get out, you take that medium and then you're helping your buddies, your friends.
It's so funny that like that's the new mentality. When I have this one memory stuck, just burned into me of through XTC at I believe it was Fort Drum, and I fucked my knee up real bad, and I was like, can't go to sick call, and I got smoked because I didn't want to go to sick call. Like they're like, you're gonna go, I'm like, I'm good, I'm not that good. I'm like limping and shit. They're like, all right, you're fine. Well, let's run. Then I'm like, oh fuck, and I got smoked because I refused to go to sick call. Which don't worry, I went eventually, but it was like that was the mentality. Even for me, and the way I look at it, I went in not that long ago, but I guess no.
They don't do that no more. No,
It's different.
They can't.
Now it's a different generation altogether. It's crazy in watching those generational gaps because we get like the Vietnam time with drill sergeants. I'm like, what the fuck? Because like, what's it? Full Metal Jacket. That was him being in like drill sergeant. What's his name?
Arlie Ermey?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, like
Jesus Christ.
that's the best part of that story was he's not an actor. He was a drill sergeant. They had a high. Wasn't he
there? Wasn't he hired to like help or to teach? And they're like, well, you want to just do this?
Exactly. So he had a
Mail Call was the greatest show of all time.
Right.
all those old shows, and who the director was. Oh, he's like one of the greatest directors of all time. Did Space Odyssey, did The Shining. Kubrick.
Yep.
So Kubrick, they built that entire thing as Tism's going to take over. All on miniature scales, lit the miniatures so they knew how to do the actuals and did that. Brought in an actor to play the drill sergeant. And that guy shows up and they're like, how would you talk? And he just ran through how he talked. And they're like, nah, we don't need the actor anymore. Will you just yell at people like you do and just do that? And that cadence on everything he says, that was the 70s and 80s. On
Gunny?
how, that was how they
the
talk.
Gunny? Yeah.
The Gunny.
Yeah,
And you're like,
Arlie Ermey.
what the fuck? That is crazy. And being able like where your drill sergeant can hit you, like physically just punch you.
When I was in, that was a big change that was going on. Like even then, this is 2010, end of 2009, beginning 2010. There was only one range where physical contact was okay, and that was grenade range. You fucked up, you got choke slammed. Like we watched the guy do it. That was the only place where that was like acceptable.
Wait, a grenade story?
Yeah, a dude fucking biffed a grenade and it landed like a foot and a half in front of him on the sandbags. Dude literally got fucking choke slammed. He tried to watch it. Everyone wants to watch a grenade blow up because they're like, oh, it's gonna be an explosion.
With shrapnel.
People forget grenades don't make a fireball, motherfucker.
That's not
it's
what
just and then metal.
Yeah, it's not the fire that kills you. It is the pieces of metal flying at 1,800 feet per second, shredding you.
Kids don't understand that, man.
No, the kids. So I'd seen. I mean, there was one dude who biffed one, and the amount of times I remember a motherfucker would be like, you'd fucking shot put it. That's how you're supposed to throw them because they're strangely heavy.
They're no one that's ever held or thrown a grenade. They are. You think it's a baseball where you can wing that motherfucker like
Heavy as shit.
100 yards, no problem. 10 yards is a far throw with a grenade.
So,
You're like,
so the amount of times people would fucking huff one because you were supposed to. They had wires. You had to go over the wire and then a certain distance, and people would just biff it and drop it, 10 yards in front of you, and then be like, "I want to watch it." Drill sergeant just grab him by the fucking throat and slam people.
dude, I remember the fucking range now. I forgot
the wire because you were supposed to throw them over the wires.
But you're walking up as that or it's like that Y intersection. Remember, because it would go down with the wood the wood.
They had the railroad type barricades and shit. The sandbags on top.
Dude, I forgot about that. Now that's a core memory unlocked. The throwing the grenades. My buddy Cam actually got a medal for. He went to like Fort Stewart or whatever for basic training for Jackson. To train as a drill instructor at that range, and girl or guy, I forget, couldn't throw it, so it just went bunk ding, it went right back in the hole.
Yipped him out.
Yipped him out and then climbed on top of her. It blew up in the hole. Everything was fine, but he got a medal.
Yeah.
Got a medal for that, for helping the kid.
Yeah, he had to pull the kid out. But yeah, because they were like, throw it, and it just went right back in the hole with it. And you're like, fuck. Dude, that's the only range I would not want to be a instructor.
The sad thing about that we rehearse that kind of stuff with a dummy. It's not like you just go there and they're gonna, this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And sadly, a lot of these kids, they don't follow instructions, man. They're not paying attention.
No, they don't give a fuck.
They can get you killed. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things. Drill sergeants do an amazing job with the soldiers out there this day. Because I've seen some of their training when I go to the combat engineer side. It's the same way. I can see what they do, how they and they train probably before. But kids, they're thinking about home. Or they're thinking about something else. So, but anyways, yeah.
No, you just reminded me, which is a crazy story. The idea of, it's what you're saying. You have these kids that you're training. You're essentially grenades, guns, whatever. Yeah. That is no different than getting like a random team in ranked Call of Duty or whatever. Or fucking
teach your motherfucker how to drop mortar rounds.
Yeah, because you're like,
and you misfire.
Yeah,
on a
no one
training
wants
range.
randos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now that I'm thinking, I was like, no one wants a rando. You never go in and be like, let's do ranked with a fucking rando. Yeah. Why? Because you're like, my points matter. You know what also matters? Your fucking life.
You got one respawn, buddy.
Yeah, I got rando Steve that might throw a grenade at me. Like, I never thought about it like that. That's
this is and it's true, and that's how crazy I get so into the game with the guys.
Yeah.
And I get, because it's like, for me, it's like real. Like, I don't want to die, right? So, yo, Eli, what you doing over by yourself, man? What the? Eli
always running up by himself,
I'm right there. No, I see a guy over here. Eli, come to me, bro. And I get frustrated. But because I see that I don't want him to get killed. You know what I'm saying? And because I take it serious.
I'm mad, let him die.
I take it serious.
Zex is also
when he dies, it bothers me, actually.
Zex is also, we're in a team of 3, and he's by himself. He's like, why'd you guys run away from me? I'm like, bitch, there's 33% wrong here. Guess which fucking one it is. We all landed here. You guys didn't mark it. Funny, me and Heine are in the exact same goddamn spot. Zex, where are you? I didn't sit on my map. When I say that excuse, it don't fucking work. Okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, everyone get on me. Okay, why we lost that, though, is you didn't stay on me the entire fucking time. I'm like, okay, Tony Montana, calm the fuck down. We're just playing the game. This is an enjoyable experience.
There was one that you got me lately. I can't remember when we were having a fight, and you told me, oh, yeah, we were on top of the pipe, and we're in that big mountain. And I said, we on the pipe, and you guys jumped down. So we got a team super close. And I always tell them, focus on the team that's close. Don't worry about the guys that are out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I remember this.
So what happened was that there's 3 guys down here, and I see 2 guys landing in some loadouts on the top of the mountain. So I'm paying attention to them just in case they don't shoot us down, because they can come from the high ground winds, right? And the next thing, Eli's shooting, we fighting, Zex. We fighting over here. Help us out. Zex, we're fighting. And I'm like, you got this. And I'm looking at the team out there. They're not shooting at us yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking, they didn't start shooting, so I start fighting those guys. But I would have get mad at Eli if that would happen the other way.
Yeah, I called him out for it. I was like, bro,
you better fucking stop shooting those people, and you better fight down here. But I had confidence in my teammate. They won the battle.
That was your first mistake.
And then you know what happened after that? We cleared those 2 guys, the 2 teams. We go forward and we get killed by a drone. A drone hits Eli, drops him. The guy goes and shoots on Heine and kills me too. All three of us, one guy.
You're on the wall.
That's how easy it was.
That's why I don't play Call of Duty.
I couldn't blame. I couldn't
I'm in
blame
the menus.
Baddie, I couldn't blame. I couldn't blame no. I couldn't blame nobody else.
Hopefully.
I couldn't blame nobody after that one.
And every death cam, you're like, is that
I'm not gonna lie to
hacking?
you,
I don't
man.
know. Flip a coin. He is.
I don't know, lie to you. I get something to the point that I blame people too much for what happens.
Yeah.
I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? But it's more of the passion because I think that I know what Eli's. For some reason, I think that he's thinking what I'm thinking. You know, it's kind of hard to do that in some place, right? Like when you play Tarkov with your buddies, you know what their mindset is, what they're gonna be doing, so you don't worry about that.
So I'm real picky about teammates in Tarkov.
Yes.
Because if I don't know their gameplay,
Call outs too. You gotta have calls.
Yes.
People that's not saying shit and they're just running around.
they're like, "Oh, I'm over at the hidden rock." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Enemy by the tree. By the tree.
That'd be my
different
calls.
calls.
Well, not like that, but yes. Call of Duty, I know how to make bird calls because I know the map. Tarkov, I kill a lot of people, teammates, you know.
Tarkov is
that blue on blue.
He will kill me and then wipe the map, though. That's the thing. It's like I'll be in a firefight, he'll run up, murder me, and then murder the rest of the map. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because I shoot everything I see. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't distinguish what a scav was and a PMC was, right? So I was just shooting everything I moved. I don't know. They don't got name tags like in Call of Duty that you can see my buddy over there in the corner.
True.
Well, that's what I love.
I don't got time for that.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
That looks like Cyan Haney. No, I'm just gonna shoot him down quick, you know.
Thanks, dude.
Well, that was the crazy thing watching Tarkov for the first time. If you guys have never played it, it is the only game where
Hardest game
you
ever.
don't know your teammates. There is no indicator. There's no pointy thing.
No HUD, no map.
It is comms where you are. So when you're in like you accidentally shoot your buddies a lot. If you separate in the slightest, shit's gonna happen a lot of the time.
Sorry, Kings.
Kings is,
I watch you guys.
but
Who's by the rock? Not me.
Wow.
Grenade launcher. It was me. I'm like, should have answered quicker.
yeah, wrong rock. Or
Yeah,
and then the calls, everyone has specific calls for if you're groups.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when we play with random groups, even in Call of Duty,
Oh, GVAN, I'm gonna tell you, put a clip right here. We're gonna share a Kings clip.
and then put the clip where I shoot Baddie in the head in Tarkov because I thought I unloaded my gun.
Eli was learning Tarkov, and he didn't realize when you pull the mag out of your gun that they're still around in the chamber.
Yeah.
DayZ too. I've done that a couple times.
Wait,
in
it
DayZ.
happens to me too. Trust me, when I stop playing the game.
So Eli's like, Baddie, because I'm walking around with an empty gun just clicking, being an idiot. And he was like, well, I can do that too. Look, he just learned the command to pull the mag out of his gun. He's like, hey, Baddie, bang. And I'm just like, hey, Eli, you want to grab one of the guns off your wall behind you real quick? Do me a favor, pull the mag out of it. Is that gun loaded still?
Nice.
Dude,
My stream face was like,
You just killed
I'll get you here. I'll get you here. I'll get you.
I killed Baddie. I killed Baddie.
Oh
I shot him in the face.
God.
He's dead now.
Son of a bitch.
That's what makes that game so much fun, though. You have a completely different experience.
murdering your teammates. It's so much fun.
Heaven. I mean, terrible.
To be honest, though, there's nothing else like Tarkov, though. When you
There
win
isn't,
that fight, though, and that high you get, there's nothing else like
That
it.
risk, you're gambling with
Right.
an FPS. It is unbelievable.
It is extremely.
If you ever considered bringing somebody, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I'll play one game with you.
All right. If I manage to ever lock back into Tarkov, 'cause
When's the last time you played?
I've only played like 3 or 4 times in the last like 4 months.
Yeah, I saw you playing before I left for school. I remember seeing you play a couple games.
I just come back. I think I played 2 days in a row, and I ran into multiple hackers each day, and I was like,
How bad is it right now?
not as bad as it was like 4 months ago, but it is still the worst it's ever been. So
But they didn't. The company was selling the cheats because I saw a video on Reddit. I don't remember the Wiggle.
yeah, oh yeah.
But there was they called it abs or something. That was a cheat company. I guess those people got arrested. The whole thing was that they got in China or something like that. How was that? The whole story
yes
behind
and
that.
No, not really. An offshoot, like they confiscated server. It's still just as bad. Yeah,
So it still is bad.
yeah. It's
I know it's
internet
bad
cheats.
because I
It's
get
all
killed
online at this
But
point.
you know
so.
what's bad? The scavs, man. The bots aren't bad.
Scavs
Those
are
things.
insane, man.
I mean, how
Head-eyes
many
bite.
rounds you hit the
Yep.
scab with no helmet in the head, and they just keep coming at you?
Unfortunately, the worst part about Tarkov is not the cheaters or knowing who your teammates are. It is the fact that the game desyncs so bad because the servers and the network is so bad with that game, where what you see happening could be up to 6 seconds difference or 9 seconds difference than what your teammate or people like not your teammates, people you're playing against see. So I could see you aim, point, and fire, and then an enemy will see you step out and then just stand there.
Right.
Then he'll shoot you in the face. And then you'll be like, but on my screen, I aimed at this guy, I shot him and he fired. But on your game, but on his end, you never even fired. You never even leaned. You didn't aim, nothing. Yeah. It's pretty bad. It's amazing. But
Go ahead.
Imagine that happened in Call of Duty.
It sometimes feels like in Tarkov, since like you're going up like two geared people just spraying each other down with the network code and everything, it's like just flipping a coin.
Oh,
like
it is.
With the
100%.
servers, there's like, and this guy won.
At a certain point, that's exactly what it is. I have more clips than I could even count at this point of me shooting a guy in the face 3 or 4 times, then just falling over. I'm like, what? And then I get a clip in return of another streamer, or I get somebody who has their game capture of them being like, what do you mean, dude? You never fired your gun. I'm like,
Interesting.
Do the scabs still have it where I remember when we played, it was if you engaged a scab and didn't kill them, it's like get away from them because they turn into their aimbot sometimes.
I mean, no, not as bad as it used to be. They've changed the AI a ton over the last like 3 years.
Sometimes those would be like, like you're like, what?
Like you'll still run into that. The shotgun ones are the worst because there's a spread on a shotgun. And they're like, oh, well, aim at your chest, and then that one pellet will catch you in the
20
fucking...
meters away, man. Like, I just got one slug.
I mean, every now and then, it's not anywhere near the RoboCop days of like 2 years ago, but it's still.
I'm glad.
Bro, they're alive, creep.
So it used to be a thing where if you aimed at them, they would know. Like you would zoom in with a scope aiming at a shotgun scab, 45, 50 meters away, and all of a sudden you'd be like, snap, bang, bang, bang. You're like, I'm in a what? And then you die.
The sniper scabs would always be fucking.
So they're still just like that.
still bad.
They've just kind of spread the hitbox on them, so you're not getting hit every time. They're still shooting at you though. So
You can juke them pretty good if you're running and moving. You can juke them pretty
back
good.
in the day, that was
Yeah,
some
they're
of
a
those
problem.
scabs were just like
You know what, Greg?
like
They shoot
Hawkeye.
you. They'll shoot you.
Bushes, out of line of sight. Go ahead, Zex.
They'll shoot you through walls and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed it. I'm behind the hill, and I know the sniper shooting at me, and like, he's just shooting at me through the trying to kill me through the wall. I'm like, what is going on here?
that's the AI though.
They got wall hacks. So.
No, but it's a fun game. I'm glad I got into it. Maybe you've been playing for so many years.
I've literally been playing full time for 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm from the alpha. I got the alpha game. I bought it, and the AIs were so crazy. I don't want to play this game. This game is
a lot of people.
And I quit immediately, and then I came back because of Heine. And now it's like the challenge that brings. I love it.
Oh yeah,
I love that challenge. I want to be tested.
There's no game like it.
I mean, I'm 48 years old, right? But I want to be tested, and then if I can beat it, that's my hype. You know what I'm saying? Hey, best over 35-year-old player in the world, guaranteed hands down. You line him up with second down, we ain't playing around the company, the one and only ZexsOG.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
With that, we're gonna go. Thank you for watching the Subscribe podcast. As always, Eli Double Tap, myself, Baddie streams. We have Zara and Heine here, and of course ZexsOG guys. Thank you so much. Where can everybody find you right now? Where are your socials?
Twitch. Just find me on Twitch.
What's your name?
Say it.
Sergeant Heine on Twitch.
Is there an underscore? Is
Nope,
it
just Sergeant Heine on
perfect.
Twitch.
Love it.
All socials, ZexsOG. Best over 35, okay?
Oh my god.
Sorry, how do you spell yours?
Common spelling Sergeant, last name Heine on Twitch.
okay.
Biggest Gunwall on Twitch.
Okay.
And Zex?
All right. There we go.
Zulu Echo X-Ray Sierra Oscar Golf, ZexsOG.
Jesus Christ. We'll see you guys on the after show. Thank you very much.